Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Weather on the Go, all your weather coverage. I'm doing some live tornado outbreak coverage here overnight tonight. This evening, we're going to be going over some of the warnings here. We have plenty of tornado warnings. We got 4 tornado warnings ongoing and currently 3 severe thunderstorm warnings here and as far north as southwest Tennessee through Mississippi here. And we're going to be going all over these warnings throughout this live stream. So thanks for joining. Consider hitting that like button, the thumbs up button down below, and subscribe if you're new. So let's go here first to our tornado warning to the north here. We have a tornado warning ongoing into portions of northwestern and northern Mississippi. This is all radar indicated right now. This is for Tallahatchie County and southeastern Quitman County in northwest Mississippi. This storm has a history of producing some damaging winds, moving fairly quickly off to the northeast at 60 miles per hour here. The hazard is a tornado, again, just radar indicated tornado right now, and golf ball size hail with this storm. So if you live in Charleston, Webb, Sumner, Paynes, Glendora, the Distal area, Swan Lake, the Tippo, Stover area, some of those areas impacted by that tornado warning, I want you guys to take cover here as this storm continues to press off to the north and east. One thing I will note is the last few scans of the radar here, you saw these purples here. If I zoom it in, you see the purples with the latest radar scan just a couple of minutes ago. That was a decent hail core. That's with that golf ball size hail potential with this storm, as it looks like the hail core has started to weaken a little bit. So that does mean that some of these hailstones may be coming down in size. So more of the $50, even quarter size hail with this storm as it progresses off toward the north and east. Again, this tornado warning is approaching I-55 here into northern Mississippi. And this is the storm we'll have to contend with going in through the evening hours. We have more tornado warnings to the south. Again, this is another tornado warned storm. This is capable of producing a tornado. We're going to kind of zoom into this here and stop the loop real quick to show you this. This tornado warning goes in effect until about... Actually, this is a damaging tornado, so let's get into this here. I did not realize that. So until 9 o'clock here Central Time, if you live in Humphreys and Sharkey counties in Mississippi, there's a damaging tornado on the ground right now, and this is a particularly dangerous situation. And again, take cover now, a damaging tornado on the ground. Right now, it is just radar indicated. So if you live in Rolling Fork, Anguilla, the Nida-Yuma area, Panther Burn, Delta City, Midnight, or the Belzani area, in towards Mississippi, I want you guys to take cover within the next little bit here as there is actually a tornado in progress across portions of southern Mississippi or central Mississippi. This is just to the northwest of Jackson, Mississippi here this evening. So again, we're watching this storm. It's going to continue to press off here toward the north and east. We're going to watch this. Let's look here at the latest storm relative velocity with this storm. And there you go, right near the Rolling Fork area, we have a tornado in progress. So if you live in Rolling Fork, there is likely a tornado moving right through your area right now. This is heading up toward the Belzani area. So this will be crossing over Highway 61, just over the Rolling Fork region. So if you live in Rolling Fork in Mississippi, there is a tornado that is on the ground and in progress right now, moving right over your area. And just to get your bearings on this, this is just to the northwest of Yazoo City here in Mississippi. So if you live in Yazoo City up toward Belzani, watch this storm here. We've seen time and time again, a lot of these tornadoes do like to take more of a right-hand turn sometimes. So it's very possible this could still take a little bit more of a right-hand turn here toward Yazoo City. But there is now a tornado emergency. This is a deadly tornado now, guys. This is a radar-confirmed tornado. The National Weather Service has declared this a tornado emergency now for Rolling Fork, the Anguilla region. This is a particularly dangerous situation. I want everybody to take cover now. This hazard is a deadly tornado, so this is a life-threatening situation. This tornado on the ground, deadly tornado, will be near the Anguilla region around 8:10 here this evening. The Nida-Yuma area at 8:15. Delta City here at 8:20 within the next 14 minutes, midnight at 8:30, and 8:40 if it holds on to the Belzani, Mississippi area. So again, if you live in Anguilla, if you live in Nidda-Yuma or Delta City, get ready. There is a dangerous, life-threatening tornado currently on the ground here in Mississippi right now, and this is no joke. It's moving right over the Rolling Fork area as we speak. So definitely take cover if you do live in the Rolling Fork region. Again, this is crossing over Highway 61. This is just to the west of Yazoo City in Mississippi. A deadly, life-threatening tornado is on the ground. This is probably a large wedge tornado. It's continuing to press off to the north and east very quickly. Again, this has been observed. The National Weather Service has confirmed a tornado emergency is in place for Rolling Fork and Anguilla, Mississippi here, and take cover now if you live in those areas, all right? This tornado is moving extremely quickly, and again, it's after dark. This tornado is moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. A confirmed large and destructive tornado was seen moving over the Rolling Fork area. So our hearts go out to these guys here if you live in Rolling Fork. And again, if you were in Belzani, Delta City, any of those areas that I did mention earlier, west-northwest of Yazoo City, take cover now. This is a damaging and deadly tornado moving up to the northeast at 50 miles per hour. Let's look at the correlation coefficient with this storm right now to see if there's any debris. There is a debris ball. There is a debris signature right over Rolling Fork. You see where the blues, and I'll kind of zoom it in a little bit more here. You see some blues and grays and stuff like that in here. That means we're probably dealing with a large wedge tornado or some type of large tornado on the ground moving right over Rolling Fork right now. So there is a debris ball, and it continues to push up quickly to the north and east. If you live in Anguilla here, up I-60 or Highway 61, I want you to take cover if you live in the Anguilla region, all right? So definitely want to take cover. And we can see here, let's kind of put this debris ball in motion to kind of show you where it's moving toward here. You can see it has strengthened. The debris ball has strengthened. If you live in the Hickman Landing region, Holland Landing, and Gilla here, crossing over Highway 61, this will be approaching County Road 14, and then up toward the Louise region here, Midnight, and also the Delta City region, Silver City up here, Belzani. You guys are in line potentially for a damaging tornado that could be, again, very life-threatening here going through the next half an hour or so. This continues to press up to the north and east at about 50 miles per hour. All right. So we're going to continue to monitor the latest radar scans. Again, the National Weather Service down here has declared a tornado emergency is in place here across western Mississippi with this system as it presses off to the north and east. Tornado emergencies are the worst of the worst here of the warnings. Again, you have a tornado watch, which means conditions are favorable. A tornado warning, which means, hey, watch out, there's a tornado possibly developing with the storm and probably on the ground. But a tornado emergency means there is a deadly, if not life-threatening situation going on moving through some metropolitan areas. So that is what we're seeing here currently. If you live in Rolling Fork, there is damage and possibly catastrophic damage ongoing across the Rolling Fork region with possibly a large wedge tornado on the ground currently in west central Mississippi. The more people that like this stream, please keep pressing the thumbs up button, guys, because the more people that press the thumbs up button, the more people we get on here, all right? Because we need to get this vital information out to as many people as possible here. This is a dangerous situation ongoing. Again, this tornado outbreak is continuing, and I will be giving you guys overnight storm coverage here so you guys can stick with me through the evening hours. And again, this could be one of the storms that could be kind of an embedded supercell. Again, you also see a lot of rain with this storm as well. So that does mean a lot of these times, you know, when you see the rain like this tornado could be rain wrapped. So you won't see it coming. It's getting dark outside. This is a very dangerous situation here unfolding into west central Mississippi right now. And this is right in the heart of that moderate risk area, like we were saying yesterday. So if you live there into western Mississippi, right just east of the Mississippi River, this, again, get your bearings on this. This is northwest of Yazoo City, northwest of Jackson, Mississippi. There is an ongoing, dangerous, and possibly life-threatening tornado on the ground right now that has just moved over the Rolling Fork area. All right. This is heading up toward Anguilla and Silver City, okay? This just crossed over Highway 61 into far western Mississippi. You can see Yazoo City down in this region here. Yazoo City's down here. This tornado is probably sitting right about in here. So between Rolling Fork and Anguilla, and it's pressing up there toward County Road 14. So if you live there up toward the Louise region, Silver City, or Belzani in towards western portions of Mississippi, you are in that tornado emergency, and we need to take cover now, even if you are far away from the storm. Again, this tornado warning is moving very quickly to the north and east at 50 miles per hour. So we definitely need to we need to be taking our safe. We need to be in our safe spot if we are in these areas. Wow, look at that couplet, guys. Look at that. Wow, we got very strong rotation that has just moved over the Rolling Fork area, and that is heading up towards County Road 14, like we just mentioned. So if you live in those areas, please, please, please take shelter now. If you are in Gila, you should already be in your safe spot. If you're in Louise, Silver City, Delta City, the Belzani area here, you need to be in your basement, your storm shelter, the lowest, most interior room, away from windows, okay? We need to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. This is the real deal. This is a deadly, possibly life-threatening situation here unfolding into western Mississippi. An ongoing large wedge tornado is likely on the ground right now here just to the south of Anguilla and is pushing up toward Louise, Delta City, Silver City, and the Belzani region here. This will be also eventually approaching the Highway 49 West region. That's up towards Silver City. So as it moves up to the north and east, we're going to be seeing this tornado pressing up quickly at 50 miles per hour here up toward the Belzani region. So again, take your shelter now. Basement, storm shelter. If you don't have a basement or storm shelter, the lowest, most interior room here, away from windows. You don't want that debris flying in again, and you want to cover your head from any flying debris. So if you have a baseball helmet, football helmet, bicycle helmet, anything that could help, mattress, put it over your head and crouch down here like you do when, like for school drills for tornadoes as well. You want to cover your head, all right? And again, I know we have a tornado warning farther to the north. This is just radar indicated right now, but we still have the potential of golf ball size hail up there and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. That storm's quickly moving to the north and east. That is just northwest of Grenada here. This is north central Mississippi. That's our other tornado warning, but the most pressing of tornadoes and tornado warnings, and actually a tornado emergency, is across the Rolling Fork area and Gila, and then on up toward Belzani, Silver City, Louise, and Delta City here this evening. Thanks everybody for joining me. I definitely appreciate it. Again, if you can share this with friends, family, you can share this stream on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anything to get all this information out, guys. And wow, that is a very, very dangerous signature there, guys. I'm afraid this could be one of those EF2 or 3 type tornadoes. This is a very powerful storm, and this is pushing up toward the Louise area here. And this rotation has only just strengthened. I mean, it was strong before, but this is really tight here. Couplet just moved past the Anguilla region, is now right over County Road 14 that we just warned you of, and it's moving up toward Louise, Silver City, and Belzani. So if you live in Silver City, if you live in Belzani, either one of those cities, if this continues to remain on the ground, they could take a direct hit from this tornado. So definitely find your safe place now, and it's booking its way up to the northeast here at 50 miles per hour. So it is just crossing over County Road 14. It's going to be approaching the Louise, Silver City, Delta City, and Belzani region here into western Mississippi. And also you see Highway 49 West here. That is going to be crossing over Highway 49 West very shortly. So be ready for this. All right, this is a tornado emergency. This is the real deal. A life-threatening and possibly deadly tornado. This is a large wedge tornado on the ground right now, just to the south and east of Anguilla. That moved through Rolling Fork and moved across Highway 61, very near or over Anguilla, and then is now crossing over County Road 14 as we speak. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Again, the more likes, the more thumbs up we get on the stream, the more people that join. We definitely need all this information out to as many people as possible here. We're talking about a dangerous thunderstorm, the likes of which we haven't seen much of this year, okay, across the entire United States. This is a big tornado, guys. I have full confidence in that. There's actually a debris ball being picked up on the correlation coefficient with this system. You can see, look at that. This storm is so strong that the debris has actually been lofted up and over the storm here just a little farther north of Anguilla. So even if you're not in the direct path of the storm, there's probably debris falling out of the storm here near the, just north and east of Anguilla. So the tornado itself is down in here, just to the south and east or east of Anguilla now, but the debris is being lofted up over top of that here and across the Anguilla region. So this is a dangerous situation that we're dealing with. If you are in Silver City, there is a potential for a direct hit for your area. So Silver City, Belzani, there is a potential for a direct hit from the storm as it continues to quickly press off to the north and east at 50 miles per hour. And this could still pick up speed. This is crossing right over County Road 14 right now. So if you live in Louise as well, take shelter, basement, storm shelter. We definitely need as many people to be taking shelter as possible right now in this tornado emergency. Wow, this is a very concerning signature, to say the least, guys. I want everybody to stay safe out here. Again, just to get your bearings on where this is just to the northwest of Yazoo City. It's probably a good 10-20 minute drive just to the northwest of Yazoo City here in western Mississippi. So we need everybody to stay safe out here. Please be in a basement, a storm shelter, and stay away from windows. Again, you want to put as many walls in between you and the outside world as possible, all right? Absolutely, William. Yes, William Span. This is a monster storm. This is a possibly one of the strongest tornadoes we have seen in quite some time, at least in this area. So we definitely have to be watching out for this as it presses up to the north and east. The Storm Prediction Center was saying, there could earlier on today that there could have been long track, strong to intense tornadoes, and this is one of the instances where this could be an intense tornado that could go long track here. So we definitely need to be on the lookout for this here, even more so throughout the evening. It's dark out. You won't see this tornado coming, guys. I will promise you that. This is probably rain wrapped. As we go back to the radar here, you have a lot of rain. This is a high precipitation supercell, or what we call an HP supercell. This has a lot of precipitation with it. You're not going to see the tornado coming. It's probably wrapped in rain, and it's also dark outside. So don't be going outside looking for this thing. This is a very, very serious situation. This is not your general tornado warning. This is actually a tornado emergency. So we definitely need to take this very seriously. There is no downplaying this storm at all. This is a very, very serious situation unfolding. And again, let's go back to the velocity here. Very impressive. Every time I look at this and it refreshes its rotation here on the radar, you definitely can see, man, that's a strong signature, guys. One of the strongest signatures I have seen in quite some time. So we need to be taking this very seriously. Usually when you see the greens and reds come together, as the tighter they come together, the stronger. And even when you start to see these purples and lime green colors, that means there is extreme rotation with this storm, and that is on the ground. There's no doubt about that. This tornado is still on the ground, and if anything, has gotten stronger over the past couple of radar scans. Good evening to Tim Key, William Span, Linda, thank you for joining. Again, appreciate it. Lee, thanks for joining. Mother of Angels, thanks for joining. Yes, there was a touchdown. We have a violent tornado on the ground right now here just in western Mississippi. All right, we just got a new radar scan, and it's still strong, guys. It's not losing any strength. It's continuing to press up toward the Silver City area and Belzani. So if you live in Silver City, if you live in Belzani, we need you to take shelter now if you have not already. We're going to put a tracker on this here across these areas over the next, say, 15 to 20 minutes, as long as it holds its own. If you live in Midnight, so Midnight, Mississippi, it will be in your neck of the woods in a few minutes, 5 to 7 minutes here, if not sooner. Silver City, this will be on up into your area in about 10 to 15 minutes. Brooklyn, Mississippi, in 18 minutes. Belzani in about 19 to 20 minutes. If you live in Honey Island, the Dio Volante area or the Grass Lake area, that's in about 22 to 23 minutes. And if it holds its own, it will be approaching the Omega region in Mississippi in 26 minutes time. So we need all of you guys to take shelter. A direct hit from a violent tornado is likely across this region, across the Silver City, Louise, and Belzani regions here, especially as it gets up toward the Highway 49 West corridor. Thanks for joining. Hi from Southern Illinois. Everyone's doing good. We're just tracking a violent tornado here in western Mississippi this evening. I'm doing live overnight storm coverage here, so thanks for joining. Again, just joining, press that thumbs up button. Again, it does really help, guys. The more thumbs up we get on this live stream, the more people that join, so thank you so much. Consider subscribing as well. Much appreciated. I know, right, William Span? I go live, and then about a few minutes later, there's an EF3. It's almost like it's almost like I know the weather, right? I didn't want that to happen. I didn't want to jinx it, but. All right, so we're going to put this in motion. We'll show you exactly where this tornado is heading up towards. Again, this moved right directly over Rolling Fork and near the Anguilla region. There is possibly 2 direct hits here for the Anguilla and Rolling Fork regions, possibly catastrophic damage here from this system as it pushed across Rolling Fork, especially, and even at least the southeast side of Anguilla, Mississippi here, if not the entirety of the city there. So we'll continue to watch it. This continues to press up there towards the Silver City, Belzani regions, and Highway 49 West. So this is an ongoing tornado emergency, and this is an observed deadly tornado is the hazard here by the National Weather Service, and this is radar confirmed, all right? So if you live in Louise, Midnight, Silver City, Belzani, or the Delta City region, and this has also picked up speed. It was moving northeast at 50 miles an hour. It is actually moving northeast at 55 miles per hour right now. Again, this will be around midnight here at 8:30. So this is, I would count on that being probably a little quicker than that. So about 8:25, 8:30, be ready in midnight here. This is coming into your region right now. It just crossed over County Road 14, and it's coming up there toward the Silver City region. So let's go back here to the correlation coefficient with this again. Yeah, there is a clear debris ball. This is the biggest debris ball we have seen this evening. This is pressing up into midnight. So we are expecting a midnight Mississippi, a direct hit from this violent tornado. And if you live in Silver City, get ready. This could be a direct hit for you as well down the road across Highway 49 West. So a direct hit from this violent, possibly long track tornado here this evening is going to be pushing across the midnight and the Silver City area, possibly with a direct hit in your area. So we definitely need to be watching that. And just to get you your bearings on how strong this storm is and how strong this tornado is, here's the tornado right in here. That debris ball continues to press up there towards Silver City, but you can see the debris farther to the north here being lofted up and over that here and being tossed over here probably about 10-20 miles to the north. So this is how strong this updraft is, how strong this tornado is. This is likely an ongoing EF2 at least tornado on the ground here just to the west-southwest of Silver City and Midnight, Mississippi. This is probably at least an EF2 tornado. Just by looking at the radar, you could say that yes. And it's also going to be wrapped in rain as well. So this is a concern. These storms are, it's overnight now, it's dark out, and it's going to be wrapped in rainfall. Okay, so you're not going to be able to see this. Again, for one, it's dark out, and for two, it's wrapped in rain. So don't go out and look for this. This is a tornado emergency. We need you to take this seriously. Again, the tornado is kind of sitting right in this area here and pushing over midnight and up towards Silver City very quickly. This is moving highway speed right now. We just got another radar scan here, and wow, again, guys, this is a very, very concerning signature here just to the northwest of Louise, and this is going to be a direct hit. So if you live in Midnight or Silver City, this will be a direct hit likely for your area. All right. Basically, yeah, William, it's moving very, very quickly. Thank you, Tammy, for joining. Much appreciated. Hi from Northeast Louisiana. Sydney Bell, thank you. Christopher, thank you for joining. The last scan looks like it wants to almost turn just maybe a little bit more to the right here. Okay, so that's again, when you have these strong tornadoes, sometimes you can have a little bit of a turn. So don't be surprised. Again, that's why we have the tornado emergency in Louise, because you always have to look at potentially a right-hand turn with these tornadoes. Of course, you can always see a left-hand turn or a right-hand turn, or kind of keeping its path straight toward the north there, north and east. But yes, this is a dangerous situation unfolding. Let's go back to the correlation coefficient with this again. And oh my gosh, guys, this is a debris ball and a half, guys. This is a very, very powerful storm. This is a powerful tornado on the ground still. If you live in Midnight, you're getting this tornado right now. The tornado is moving into Midnight, Mississippi right now. This is a large destructive wedge tornado on the ground right now, and it's been on the ground for at least about 15 minutes or so, at least. So this has already kind of gone a little bit long tracked. It was started all the way back here in toward the Rolling Fork region, or just before Rolling Fork, just to the west of Highway 61. It pushed over Rolling Fork with a direct hit, very close to, if not a direct hit, in Anguilla, and is now pressed over County Road 14 and is now approaching very quickly the Silver City Midnight area, and also here in towards the Highway 49 west into western Mississippi. All right, we're going to get back to the storm here very quickly. Again, we'll continue to watch that. We got another tornado warning up here to the north, still radar indicated. This is for western Lafayette, northern Yalobusha County, the northeastern Tallahatchie, and southeastern Panola County. This is all in northwestern Mississippi. This is in effect till 9 p.m. Just a radar indicated tornado with quarter-size hail. This is also moving to the northeast at 55 miles per hour. All right. Oxford, Batesville, Water Valley, George Payne State Park, the Holly Springs National Forest area, Crowder, Pope, Springdale, Burgess, Enid, Oakland, Cortland, Taylor, the Shuford area, College Hill, and Eureka Springs. If you live in those areas, we need you to take shelter now with that tornado warning farther north there in north central Mississippi. That goes in effect till 9 o'clock, so within the next 32 minutes. So the main show in town here is western portions of Mississippi with a rain-wrapped violent tornado. Let's see if we can get, we got a storm chaser up here. Let's see if we can get video of this tornado potentially. We got Brett Adair up here, and it looks like his stream is struggling right now. So we'll see if we can get him on with this tornado potentially the next few minutes. He is right on the storm. Brett Adair, the storm chaser here, moving up towards Silver City. So we definitely have to be watching that as well. So we'll continue to try and get his stream. Right now it's not working properly, so. We got a severe thunderstorm warning, another supercell over here. This is into portions of eastern Mississippi, right just west of the Alabama state line here. This is another supercell capable of producing 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, but it does have a tornado possible tag on here as well, or at least it did. So there's the potential for tornadoes with this system. Yes, a tornado possible tag, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This is moving up here toward the Damascus and Forestdale area here, already past your region, and is moving up toward the DeKalb region here as we go towards the Mississippi and Alabama state line. All right, let's get back to the most pressing situation here. This is an ongoing tornado emergency. We have a tornado ongoing here across portions of western Mississippi. A violent tornado is on the ground. Likely, again, probably EF2, if not EF3 damage, but what we were looking at here, at least on the radar earlier on, we have a clear cut. Again, this is about as clear as it gets for a tornado being on the ground, guys. This is a very strong signature. It's nothing but a direct hit right now, it looks like, for the Silver City area. So if you were in Silver City, even up toward the Belzani region now, and towards western Mississippi, it's your time now. You're going to be seeing potentially a direct hit from this violent tornado that has been already a long track. It's been on the ground for a while now. We'll continue to monitor this here moving forward this evening. Again, I'll be here all evening long. I'll be tracking these storms for you guys. You'll have all of all hands on deck here this evening. We're going to have live radar analysis. We'll be tracking these storms. I'll be here all evening long tracking all these dangerous storms for you guys. I have you guys covered on here. Again, weather on the go, all your weather coverage. I have you covered. Yeah, we still have a debris ball here. And again, this is a direct hit now. I'm afraid they just had a direct hit there in midnight, and I'm very afraid that this is going to be another direct hit in Silver City here. So, again, before the storm is over, we might have, again, at least three in this tornado. At least the good news is with this latest scan of the correlation coefficient, the debris ball has weakened just ever so slightly. So if there's any silver lining here to take from this, the debris ball here has weakened a little bit. We saw those brighter blues to the south and west. It has weakened a little, but there is still a debris ball. Make no mistake about it, and that's pressing up towards Silver City and eventually across Highway 49 West here. And you can see this is all debris. You see all these colors to the north? That's from this tornado being lofted up into the north and northeast there. So that's all debris probably falling in the Belzani area, what's that say, Gooden Lake, and across the Castleman, Brooklyn regions to the north there, just west of Highway 49 West. We're probably seeing some debris being lofted up from this strong, powerful tornado on the ground. Yeah, guys, hit that like button. Press the thumbs up button, guys. Much appreciated. 45 likes. Let's try to get to 100 likes here in the next few minutes. We need as many people on the live stream. And how it works on here is the more likes we get, the more people that join. So please, please, please keep pressing that like button. It's much appreciated. All right. Thank you so much, William Spann, my go-to weather authority. Absolutely. I'll be here for you guys this evening. Let's see if we can get Brett Adair on here again. Looks like it's still struggling a little bit with the stream. We're gonna try to get Brett Adair on here again. He's right just south of Silver City on the safe side, I guess you could say, of the tornado right now. As it moves up towards Silver City, it looks like a direct hit now for the midnight area, and now it looks like a direct hit for Silver City. So we for sure had a direct hit there in Rolling Fork and near the Anguilla region, and we just took a direct hit in midnight and now up toward the Silver City region. So this is the concern. A lot of population up in this area. And this is all northwest of Yazoo City in Mississippi here. This is all in western Mississippi. So we're waiting to see if the National Weather Service offices down in the Jackson, Mississippi area or so does extend this tornado emergency or at least a tornado warning north and east. If they do, it will be up toward the Chula and the Kruger regions. So we'll continue to watch that moving forward. Get ready if you guys live in those areas. And there we go. Just like I mentioned, guys, I know it all too well. We got a new tornado warning. This is an observed tornado warning that has just been extended north and east here for the Kruger region. So if you live here in Kruger, there's a new tornado warning that has just been issued. And I don't know where it went here. So let me look and see where that went. I got to refresh a couple things here. There we go. All right, so we got a confirmed tornado warning here with a damaging tornado in progress. So if you live in northern Holmes County, western Carroll County, southern Lafleur County, or east central Humphreys County, this is in north central or central Mississippi. This is in effect until 9:30 p.m. Central Time, okay? A damaging tornado in progress was located over midnight. Again, that was the city that took that direct hit here. This is 8 miles southwest of Belzani. So if you live in Belzani or Silver City, a direct hit is likely. This storm's still moving quickly. It's moving northeast at 50 miles per hour here. Damaging tornado in progress, quarter-size hail. This is radar confirmed. So if you live in the Chula region at 8:55, about 20 minutes for that area. Sidon at about 9:10. Blackhawk and Seven Pines around 9:15. The Coila region around 9:20. And then eventually, if it holds on, to the North Carrollton region at 9:30 time here. So if you live in those areas, get ready for possibly a damaging tornado in progress. Again, this is just moving over the Silver City area right now with that tornado as it presses across Highway 49 West right now in western Mississippi. Yeah, there you go, guys. Look at that. That is as clear as it can be. There's the tornado right in there, pressing up over Silver City here. You see the greens, the yellows, and even the white in there. That is a very strong signature there still. So let's see. Did it strengthen again? It looks like it might be cycling back again. It looked like it was weakening a few minutes ago, but now there's some concern, at least some of the scans coming in, that this may be re-strengthening as it pushes over the Silver City area. This is going to be moving over just over Highway 49 West. All right, so this is the concern. Just probably, it looks like the tornado is going to go south of Belzani, but there's definitely some debris up here into the Belzani region. So don't be surprised with this powerful tornado if you see debris flying around there in the Belzani area, even with the tornado well to your south there into Silver City. So that's why we say stay away from windows. That's why we say get in your basement, your sturdy structure, such as a storm shelter, like I said, basement, or put as many walls between you and the outside world as possible. Definitely crucial in these situations. That's why we always have severe weather preparedness, all right? Thank you so much, William Spann. That's the goal. That's the goal, to save lives here on this channel for sure. That's why I'm here for you guys this evening. Saving lives, helping you guys out, keeping you weather aware about the situation. Thank you so much, Tim Key. Weather on the Go is the best. Appreciate it. I like the emoji, Linda. Yeah, it's very this is a dangerous situation. Make no mistake about it. This system moved across Rolling Fork, took a direct hit there, very close to, if not a direct hit, into the Anguilla region over midnight, and then now looks like there's absolutely going to be a direct hit in Silver City here. This is a powerful tornado on the ground right now in the Silver City area. At least an EF1 tornado is still ongoing, guys. This is at least an EF1 tornado. I can say that with utmost certainty right now. All right, so this needs to be taken seriously. I can't say that, William Spann, because of course after this is done, of course tomorrow that the National Weather Service's survey teams will be out there. We'll see. There you go, the latest radar scan. This is moving right over Silver City. This is a ugly signature, guys. This is dangerous here. Let me pause that real quick with the latest scan. Look at that, guys, right over Silver City right now. This is a direct hit in progress. This is pushing right across Highway 49 West. Thankfully, there's no city here too much farther to the north and east of Silver City, mainly over open land. This will be approaching County Road 12, so you can see from Belzani, then kind of wrapping around over here toward the Omega region. That is highway, or at least County Road 12, and then this will be moving up toward the Chula region. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly, and up toward Omega. So if you live in Omega or Chula, get ready. Potentially another, possible direct hit from a couple of these cities over here to the north and east. So we'll watch you there. Again, remember, we still have that confirmed tornado warning. So confirmed tornado warnings are different from just tornado warnings that are radar indicated. So if you live in northern Holmes County, western Carroll County, southern LaFleur County, or east central Humphreys County, this is all in north central or central Mississippi. This is until 9:30 Central Time. This is an ongoing tornado in progress. This is moving northeast at 50 miles an hour. All right, we'll keep an eye on that storm. We also got a tornado warning farther here toward the north and east. This tornado warning right now is just radar indicated. This is over the George Payne State Park area, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. Again, most importantly to note, it is radar indicated. All right. We'll take a look at the velocities and stuff with this storm as well. Let's see if I can get a radar sight that's a little better than that here. Let's see. There we go. There's some weak rotation, certainly not as strong as the tornado warning down or the tornado emergency storm to the south, but still some, broad rotation, weak rotation with this as it moves up. Eventually, this will be approaching the Oxford, Mississippi region and just north of the Water Valley area here. So this, again, if you live in Oxford, Mississippi, I want you guys to stay in your safe space up here, basement, storm shelter. This is going to be pushing up into your area very soon. So if you live in Water Valley, Oxford, this is in north central Mississippi here, just to the north of that ongoing tornado warning. This is a separate tornado warning. This is pushing up there toward the Oxford regions. Very weak rotation right now, so that's some good news. There's not a tornado on the, there's not a tornado on the ground right now in north central Mississippi with this storm as of yet. So that's some good news. Wow, this guys, this is I mean, this is it's holding its own. It really is. It continues to press across Highway 49 West. It has already made a direct hit there in Silver City. It is now moving quickly. If you live in Chula, I want you guys in Chula and Kruger. You guys are next. This is Highway 49 East now. It will be crossing Highway 49 East very shortly up toward the Chula area. Again, a potential direct hit for you as well in the Chula area as we move toward the north and east here. This is moving northeast at 50 to 55 miles per hour. We need to be aware of this system, all right? This is a ongoing tornado. It has been ongoing for this has been on the ground for at least a half an hour now, probably. This is a very, very dangerous situation we're seeing unfolding into Mississippi right now. Please be weather aware. Again, bring your phone, your smartphone. If you're watching me on a tablet, laptop, anything, bring it down to your basement with you. We'll keep you covered down here. This is why I'm on live, because I wanted to keep everybody safe here. Let's see if we can get Brett Adair on here again. Again, it looks like there's something wrong with this stream still. So unfortunately, we can't get any confirmation here of anything going on where Brett Adair is. But I can tell you right now, with looking at this, there is a dangerous tornado still on the ground. It's a violent tornado still. The rotation has weakened just ever so slightly here. The strongest of this tornado pushed across Rolling Fork up toward midnight. It has slightly weakened over Silver City, but make no mistake about it, this is likely still an ongoing EF1 tornado, if not a little stronger still. So we'll watch this as well as it pushes up toward the Chula region. Why I say EF1 by just looking at the radar and not doing survey myself, guys, I mean, let's be honest here. How many EF1s have you seen that have a debris ball like that? At least I can say at least this is an EF1 tornado with utmost certainty. Absolutely, because this is a strong debris ball here. So the debris ball has just passed out of Silver City. It continues to press off to the northeast here. So the debris ball, it's moving up here towards County Road 12 and eventually up toward the Chula region. You can see County Road 12 kind of a little bit like this here toward the Omega region. So Omega and Chula, you need to be in your safe place. And now this is very dangerous now, guys. They have just replaced the observed tornado warning back to a tornado emergency now for the Chula regions. Okay, so they have now replaced this again with another deadly tornado tag on here that is radar confirmed. So this is a tornado emergency for Chula. So this is an extremely dangerous and particularly dangerous situation to take cover now. A confirmed large and destructive tornado was located near Belzani, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. So it is slowed down a little bit, and at least the latest radar scan does have this weakened a little bit here. You saw the blues earlier on. You're seeing more lime greens now. So this rotation's weakening a little bit, but it is heading up toward the Chula region. So if you live there, we need you to be in your basement or storm shelter immediately. Thank you guys for all the likes this evening. We're up to 66. Would be much appreciated, guys. You keep pressing that thumbs up button. Definitely helps to get this information out to as many people as possible. If you guys have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anything you guys can help me out with in sharing the stream with anybody out there, friends, family, anybody you know, definitely is much appreciated, especially if they live in Mississippi, okay? And all you guys in the stream can help me out as well by, if you guys are new to the stream and have not yet pressed the like button, the thumbs up button, please do so down below. This is a dangerous situation ongoing here. So let's put this in motion a little bit here, see what's going on. Again, you saw the darker blues and the brighter blues over Silver City. That was a direct hit for them. So midnight to Silver City, there was an absolute direct hit there. There's no question about it. This has weakened. That's some good news, but it does still look like it is on the ground. It is on the ground for sure. That's why they extended that tornado emergency to include the Chula region. Okay, so if you live in Omega, the Shackelford area, or Chula, you need to be in your safe spot right now, as there is an ongoing tornado in progress. All right, this is moving right over County Road 12 as we speak, and then eventually up here towards Chula and Highway 49 East. Exactly, yes. I mean, I could say, at the strongest, I could probably say that was at least an EF2 or 3 back there when it was stronger, for sure. at least over the open ground there. But when they do the surveys, they kind of take into account the whole damage path, but especially what it damaged. Any barns out there, homes, businesses, all that stuff, they'll be having their damage. The National Weather Service, I believe that'll probably be out of Jackson, Mississippi. They will be doing their damage surveys probably tomorrow on Saturday across these areas. I wouldn't go as far as that yet, Rain Maves. I don't think so. I don't see. That's the problem with all these tornadoes is that if you see a strong tornado on the a strong signature on the radar, everybody always thinks it's a 4 or 5. It's not true. It doesn't mean it's a 4 or 5. We could have a strong signature, like I was just saying that when I said 2 or 3, and it could just be a 1. That could very well be the case. But that's why I said at least an EF1 here passed through some of those locations just by looking at the signature. Thank you so much, William Spann, for your generous $10 donation. Much appreciated, sir. Thank you so much. Again, that goes a long way in helping out our channel and our community here. So thank you so much. I go live for you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for your $10 donation. Everybody give William Spann a round of applause in the chat for your $10 donation, for his $10 donation. Appreciate it. All right, let's see what's going on here. Again, this is what we call an HP supercell. And again, to put it in layman's terms for you guys, HP means high precipitation supercell. So there's a lot of rain, probably a lot of hail with this storm. And again, it's wrapped in rain. This tornado is wrapped in rain. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's wrapped in rain. So you're not going to be able to see it. It's dark out. And it's hiding. It's really hiding. It's hiding right in this area here and pushing up toward Chula. That's where that tornado is right now. Kind of zooming the area out here. Again, this is a pretty decent supercell down in here, all right? So that is what we're seeing. We have an ongoing tornado watch in the yellow here. This is for much of Mississippi and all that stuff here. This is for several tornadoes, a couple intense tornadoes like we just saw here this evening, widespread damaging winds, isolated gusts that could be up to hurricane force to 75 miles an hour, scattered large hail events to 1.5 inches in diameter. So we could be seeing close to golf ball size hail with some of these storms this evening. We're going to likely see this squall line. You see the cold front, or I guess you can call it cold front, but more of a Pacific front here back to the west. There's not a lot of cold air behind it, but that'll be pushing to the east. That will end your severe weather risk overnight tonight. So we may have still another chance of some severe storms still in those areas that just got hit until that cold front or Pacific front moves through. William, I can't hang out. Can't hang out much longer. Just want to show my genuine support or appreciation for this. Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much. I appreciate your $10 and your donation. You did not have to do that. So thank you so much, sir. Appreciate it. We got another tornado warning still up here. This is still radar indicated for the next 9 minutes. If you live in Oxford, watch out here. This, again, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located near Springdale or near Water Valley, moving northeast quickly at 55 miles an hour here. Just radar indicated tornado and quarter-size hail. So Oxford, Water Valley, Holly Springs National Forest, Springdale, Burgess, Taylor, College Hill, and Shuford. All you guys need to be taking shelter now from this tornado warning. That's the one that does not have a tornado confirmed with it, but that still is a tornado warned storm, so we need to take it seriously. That's going to be pushing up toward County Road 6, up there toward Oxford soon. And I got to switch radar sites here to look at this, so give me one moment here. Very weak rotation with this, so we're not seeing anything. Again, we don't see the bright greens or reds coming together up here. Very broad rotation. So if you live in Oxford, that's some good news, but still you want to take shelter in case this storm does strengthen. Correlation coefficient here. There's a lot of noise here. We're pretty close to the radar. We're somewhat close to the radar there, so there's still not a tornado on the ground with that one. Again, this whole entire line here, this is a big squall line of storms, so this will likely be the mode for this will be damaging winds as it presses off toward the east. This will be moving into Middle Tennessee, northeast Mississippi toward the Tupelo region, and getting in toward the Florence region up here towards northwestern Alabama shortly. And of course, farther to the south, we have better instability. We have better energy to the south. You see, there's not many storms down here very much in towards southeastern Mississippi. We have clear inflow into these storms, clear instability here, and there's not much interrupting the storm. So this is probably one of the longer track supercells that we have this evening down here. We're going to continue to watch it for you here this evening. That's why I'm live for you guys. So let's go back here to the velocity. Great news. This is great news. So let me see. Let me change the radar site back to the Jackson, Mississippi radar site here real quick. The great news is that, again, the bad news is it's still a tornado. The great news is it's starting to broaden out. The rotation's starting to broaden out a little bit more. So you definitely very, it's still a very dangerous situation. So if you live in Chula, you need to be in your basement now. Storm shelter now. Away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside world as possible. Really, you guys have to do that right now. Ban everything. People are trapped in debris of destroyed homes. Really, you heard? Was that confirmed? Who confirmed that? Was it Storm Chasers, National Weather Service? What was your confirmation on that? People trapped in debris and destroyed homes in Silver City. They did have a direct hit earlier on. I know that. So let's look at the latest radar scans from the velocity here. You see, that's the area that he was just talking about, or she, sorry, I apologize. But that's over the Silver City area. That's the place where apparently people are trapped in debris of destroyed homes. That's in Silver City here. Unconfirmed right now, but we'll continue to try and get that information out to you as we get it here this evening. The rotation is definitely weakened. You can see the debris ball is still there. There's still some debris with this storm, so it's still an ongoing tornado. It's moving right toward Chula right now. So Highway 49 East, you need to be taking shelter there. Storm Chaser reported that. I wonder if it was Brett Adair. Brett Adair was up in the Silver City area, so it might have been him for sure. I know there's a lot of Storm Chasers out there today. I don't really get your reference, Joe. I'm not really sure what you mean by that. Looks to me like this tornado is recycling. It has a couple of times. It has gotten kind of stronger and weaker. Of course, that's always the concern with these is that they could recycle. We'll watch it. Again, there's not a lot of... Here, I'll put the radar back on, the high-resolution reflectivity for you, and I'll put it in motion. There's not a lot of storms to the southeast. You see the storm way over here on the Alabama-Mississippi border. That was severe warned earlier, but there's nothing down in this area. So clear inflow into the storm. It has no problem recycling potentially. So, yeah, you could be right. And there's no reason to believe it couldn't. There's still a lot of energy in this atmosphere down here. Dew points are in the 60s. We have lots of instability, or what we call CAPE, convective available potential energy. We'll look at that here shortly again. All right. We have an extension to the tornado warning up here into the Oxford region. This extends farther north and east. This now encompasses along and west-southwest of the Interstate 22 corridor, all the way up towards the New Albany region here in northern Mississippi. This is a radar-indicated storm. Lafayette County, Western Union County, Northwestern Pontotoc County, and then southeastern Marshall County. This is all in northeastern Mississippi. This is until 9:30 Central Time here. Moving northeast at 50 miles an hour. So Oxford, New Albany, Holly Springs National Forest, the Ecru area. So Ecru, Cambridge, Eda, Denmark, Pinedale, Thaxton, the Myrtle area, Sherry, Hortontown, Kiel, Poolville, all those areas. Cherry Creek, you guys are all impacted by this new tornado warning that goes in effect until 9:30 Central Time here. And let's look back here at the velocity with this storm. That's not what I wanted. We're going to just switch radars again. Let's see. Let's look at the latest radar scans here. There is rotation, but it's very broad. Again, so that's some good news. Still a tornado warning for radar indication here. It's the radar does indicate it, but the good news is it is not on the ground still. So it's moving. The rotation, or at least the weak rotation here, that's broadened out, is moving right over Oxford, Mississippi, right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if you saw maybe an embedded funnel cloud in there. Again, it is dark outside, so it will be very hard to see that. And a lot of these are what we call HP supercells embedded in the line. It's high precipitation supercells, so you're not likely going to see a lot of these tornadoes, especially because it's dark out and they're caught in the rain there. All right. We got a little bit of some back building back here toward the Belzani region, so still some downpours moving over the Silver City area. It has been confirmed, at least with somebody here in chat, that says that a storm chaser near the Silver City area has said that there were people trapped in their homes because of the debris with this system. So that means, again, that means there was a pretty intense tornado that happened up here. A lot of communities, at least a couple of communities did have direct hits from this tornado with this storm. We still have a tornado emergency ongoing here. This is an observed large and destructive tornado moving northeast at 45 miles an hour for the Chula region. All right. So this will be in the Seven Pines area around 9:15, Blackhawk around 9:20. So those areas we'll have to be watching out for you here moving forward. They have allowed that tornado warning back toward Belzani, Silver City, and the Midnight area to expire or be canceled. So that is some good news. That tornado has finally moved off to the north and east. Let's go back to the velocity here. Again, it's still there. We still have a lot of rotation there. So if you live in Chula, you need to be taking shelter. If you live up here toward Kruger, Sidon, if you live in those areas, you need to be in a basement storm shelter right now. This still is a tornado emergency. The tornado is likely still on the ground. Let's look now at the correlation coefficient here. There still is a debris ball just to the northwest of Chula. This is going to be crossing right over, or is crossing right over, Highway 49 East right now. Hopefully I don't get any tornadoes this year. It's going to be an active spring, guys. This is the start of what April and May could look like again. Not to say there's going to be these major tornado outbreaks every single week, but this is the time of year we start to get very active. So get ready. Spring severe weather season is here, and it's going to be here for a while. I hope this one is not doing the... It could be recycling, if that's what you mean. It's possible. It still could happen. We see that a lot of times with some of these stronger supercells, you know. And there's no mistake about it. This is wrapped in rain. So it's dark out. You're not going to see it. So we have the circulation kind of like right in this area. 39 East, and then on up towards eventually County Road 17 here. At least it's moving over a lot more open land now, but we still have to watch you there in the Chula region. That's the main reason why we have that ongoing tornado emergency. Again, thank you guys so much for all of the likes, the thumbs up, and all that stuff. If you guys are new to the channel, consider hitting the subscribe button down below. You guys can find my forecast video for this morning. If you guys want to know more about the forecast moving forward, that is down below in the description, along with an educational video on derechos and my spring forecast for 2023 I published here about a month or so ago, still valid to today. You guys can check that out here before or after the stream, so definitely appreciate it. You can follow me on Twitter. The Twitter handle is down below in the description or also on the screen. So go on to Twitter and follow me at hweather420 if you would like. I'll be reposting some videos, pictures, any storm reports, more information on the weather, reposting some of that stuff and retweeting it after the stream here. So you guys can always find some of that information on my Twitter page, so you can follow me there at hweather420. All right. If you're new to the stream, have not yet pressed the thumbs up, press the thumbs up button down below, guys. We only need, it looks like, about 23 more people to get to 100 likes, 100 thumbs up, so thank you so much. consider hitting that subscribe button. And also, don't forget, press that bell icon. The notification bell helps to get these live streams in the future. My videos, I do daily weather forecast videos every morning for you guys, very detailed weather forecasts. I'll be doing that moving forward as well. Have another video out for you guys tomorrow morning. So that is the concern. Again, we still have that rotation. The new radar scan, we're waiting on that here. Just northwest there of Chula, moving up to the north and east toward County Road 17. So we're still concerned about this storm here. Again, I apologize, guys. I got to drink a bottle of water here, or not a bottle of water, but I got to get a sip of water here. I've been talking for a little bit. Just 1 second, guys. All right, so yeah, it's starting to broaden out a little more. We just got a new radar scan in here for the storm relative velocity. It's moving right between Kruger and Chula, right across. It has already passed across Highway 49 East here. This rotation passed right over Highway 49 East. I know April and May will. Yeah, April and May are usually busy anyway. We're transitioning out of a 3-year La Nina. We are now in neutral conditions. We expect to stay in ENSO neutral through the spring and probably early summer months. And then it looks like all odds go to an El Nino, at least a weak to maybe moderate El Nino by the end of summer and into the fall of 2023. That is what we're looking at here this year. So yeah, it looks like we're transitioning. We're in the transition period here from a La Nina to neutral, and then back to a El Nino, which the likes of which we haven't seen in almost 4 years. So a lot of the areas that haven't seen a lot of rain, like across the southern plains with the La Nina, you're going to be seeing more of these storm events, more of these heavy rain events and stuff like that moving forward. And of course, El Nino will show itself more frequently during the winter months. Usually you see more of that during the winter. But we're just getting out of winter, so we're not going to be looking forward to winter of 2023 right now. All right, that's way too far out. All right, so we got broadened rotation here. Again, we still likely have a tornado in progress here. It's possible. Let's look at this here. Yeah, still an observed tornado, a damaging tornado in progress. Radar confirmed. This dangerous tornado was located near Chula, or 12 miles southwest of Blackhawk, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. So it's going to be moving into Blackhawk and Seven Pines area here at 9:15. So that's in about 11 minutes. So get ready there. Take shelter in a basement, storm shelter, stuff like that. You know, again, put as many walls between you and the outside world as possible. Just heed the warning, because this is a damaging tornado in progress. Coila around 9:20, North Carrollton around 9:30 here this evening. This will be crossing across County Road 17. Eventually, if it continues to press up to the north and east, it'll be crossing over County Road 17, County Road 35, and then up toward the Winona area as it crosses right over Interstate 55 there, if it continues to press off to the north and east. We'll be watching for a recycling period here to see if this storm does start to recycle a little bit. But right now, the rotation has weakened considerably, especially since, looking at it earlier, it was very intense, not as intense now like it was earlier. And they actually did replace that with a confirmed tornado warning. So the tornado emergency is no longer, but a confirmed tornado warning means there's a confirmed tornado is still in progress. So we still have to take this seriously here. Your son lives in Birmingham. There's nothing going on over here in towards Alabama right now. There's a thunderstorm across the state line right here, just west of Aliceville. And just this is actually west of Tuscaloosa. This is not severe, but we'll continue to watch that. This whole entire line of storms will be pressing across the deep south here into Alabama later on this evening and into the overnight hours. So for sure, we'll be watching this here moving forward to see what happens there. We still got that tornado warning farther to the northwest of Tupelo. This is crossing over Oxford and toward the New Albany region and approaching Interstate 22. This is only a radar indicated tornado, but again, this could strengthen like the other tornado warning to the south. But like I said, this is not an ongoing tornado to the north here. But if you live in Lafayette County, Western Union County, Northwestern Pontotoc County, and Southeastern Marshall County, these are the areas to watch, and this goes in effect till 9:30, so for about the next 20 to 24 minutes or so. So Oxford, New Albany, the Cambridge region, Eda, Denmark, Pinedale, Thaxton, Myrtle, Sherry, the Kiel region, Poolville, Cherry Creek, all you guys are impacted by this tornado warning that's radar indicated until 9:30 Central Time this evening. William says, my brother-in-law is in Birmingham too. Yeah, Birmingham, you guys are A-okay right now. All these storms are well off to your west. This is actually, I mean, they haven't even gotten into eastern Mississippi. This is eastern Mississippi here with that tornado watch. This is western Alabama. There's still nothing there right now quite yet. But we'll continue to monitor that. There is a thunderstorm, though, right along the Mississippi-Alabama state line there. Just west of Tuscaloosa, but that was severe earlier for 60-mile-per-hour wind and some like quarter-size hail, but it has weakened since. So that's some good news. We don't want to ignore this to the north. We do have ongoing severe thunderstorm warning across portions of southwestern Tennessee, a nasty line of damaging winds here. This is for the Henderson area, the Bethel Springs, Lexington, Parsons, Clifton area, and down towards Savannah, Tennessee. This is in southwestern Tennessee. So Henderson County, northern McNairy County, northern Hardin County, eastern Madison County, Chester County, and Decatur County. This is all in west and southwest Tennessee. A severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Blue Goose to near Mifflin to near the Masseyville area. These are racing to the east at 55 miles an hour. The hazard is 70-mile-per-hour winds, so considerable tree damage in this area is definitely possible, if not likely. This warning's until 9:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So again, Lexington, Henderson, the Natchez Trace State Park, Natchez Trace State Forest area, Parsons, Adamsville, Decaturville, Sardis, Masseyville, Reagan, Blue Goose, Mifflin, Bargerton, Montgomery, Robertson, Darden area, Jacks Creek, all you guys get ready for this. Again, a powerful line of storms. This is producing more damaging winds than tornadoes, kind of bowing out a little bit toward Lexington. Lexington, you're probably getting the strongest of the winds, around 70 miles an hour. Maybe some isolated hurricane force gusts in there in Lexington with the apex of that moving across your area. That'll be heading down the road there to Parsons rather soon. I can feel and hear the air changing here in north central Alabama. I'm very familiar with this change. Yeah, you can feel sometimes with stronger low pressure systems, you can feel the weather's changing a little bit. I'm sure it's been pretty cloudy down there into Alabama today. Maybe some peaks of sun, some filtered sunshine from time to time, but and that was kind of the saving grace today. At least, we've had one destructive tornado already that produced probably some widespread damage there in Mississippi. But the saving grace today has been, with more widespread tornadoes, has been the cloud cover. Again, on these big severe weather days, or really any severe weather day in general, you don't want to see the sunshine. The more sun you see, that's more fuel to the fire, so to speak. That's more energy for these thunderstorms to take a hold of and produce more severe weather than you would normally see. All right. So let's go back down here towards central Mississippi. Again, a couple of embedded supercells on the broken line of storms here. We're still watching the southernmost storm here for potentially, again, still an ongoing tornado. Again, some broad rotation, but there's still a tornado in progress right now. So this is just north and east of Chula. It's crossing over County Road 17. So this is crossing over County Road 17, pressing up toward the Winona area and also the Vaden area. So if you live in Vaden, Winona, or even the County Road 35 area, on up there toward Highway 82, going west to east here from Greenwood to Winona, and also Interstate 55 down here, get ready for a tornado that could be crossing your path within the next 10 to 20 minutes here, all right? Getting toward the bottom of the hour, about 9:20, 9:30, this will be pushing up toward your area. This is still quickly moving to the northeast here, and I'll put this in motion. You can see this is moving to the north and east fairly quickly at about 55, maybe 60 miles per hour. And let's look at the latest scan here. It did weaken. There is a little bit of a concern here that the rotation may start to strengthen a little bit. The latest storm relative velocity here signature does show some brighter greens from just a scan ago, starting to show back up again as it's crossing over County Road 17 here. So that is a concern that some of this may start to recycle itself a little bit as it presses up to the north and east. Again, so if you live in Winona or Vaden or right along Interstate 55, Highway or County Road 35, County Road or Highway 82 up here from the Greenwood to the Winona area that moves west to east, please take shelter this evening right now. As it does look like there's probably going to be an extension to the tornado warning across Interstate 55 into the Winona and Vaden area rather soon, maybe even up toward Duck Hill there. So we'll be watching you next. Let's go back to the correlation coefficient to see if we got any debris still with this storm. The debris ball has weakened. Now, I do want to note, though, it is moving over a lot of open land, so there's not to say there's still not a tornado in progress, which there very well could, and it would be right in here as it is currently crossing over County Road 17, approaching County Road 35, and eventually Interstate 55 here from Winona down toward Vaden. This is in central Mississippi. So we'll be definitely monitoring this situation moving forward. Again, we'll be live this evening for more coverage. Again, stick with me here. If you guys have not yet followed me on Twitter, the Twitter handle is down below in the description. Follow me on Twitter at hweather420. It's also on the screen. I'll be reposting and retweeting some pictures, videos, and more weather information later on this evening and overnight for you guys. There was word that there are people trapped in their homes in Silver City, apparently confirmed by a storm chaser. I haven't confirmed it myself, but somebody in chat was saying that a storm chaser did confirm some people were trapped in their homes in Silver City as that tornado earlier on, that violent tornado did make a direct hit. And that was back here into the Silver City region earlier on. Again, we got to remember this tornado started well west of Rolling Fork here, back toward the Lake Providence region, and it moved all the way through Rolling Fork as a direct hit, near the Anguilla region, getting through in northwest of Louise, Silver City, Midnight, Mississippi, and now we have it just up here toward the Chula region, and now is approaching Interstate 55. So this is a long track supercell. This was the concern today, that we would have tornadoes on the ground for a long period of time, and that, at least with this storm, has been the case. So we'll see what the National Weather Service out of Jackson, Mississippi wants to do with this. Again, it's still a damaging tornado signature here, or at least hazard damaging tornado. Was located over Black Hawk, Mississippi, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour here. It's also radar confirmed. So if you live in Emory or the Coila region into central Mississippi, this is approaching you right now in Emory and about 4 to 5 minutes in Coila, Mississippi. Let's go back to the velocity here. Again, the scans are getting a little stronger. It's still not as tight as it was earlier, back around the Midnight and Silver City area, but there still are those reds, blues, and even those lime green colors coming together as it's crossed over Highway 17, Highway or County Road 35. It's going to be getting up toward Winona. So if you live in Winona, Vaden, and even the Duck Hill region, the Kilmichael area, definitely take your shelter now, okay? Because this storm's moving at highway speed to the northeast at 55, 60 miles an hour. Tornadoes moving very quickly. It's still likely on the ground. It does recycle from time to time here. I don't know for sure, but I think this has been on the ground probably nonstop all the way back to all the way back here to the Rolling Fork region, and is still on the ground almost approaching the Winona area here. So this will be crossing over a major interstate as well. This will be crossing over Interstate 55 rather soon. So we'll be monitoring this as it does so. Again, probably a lot of traffic here. It's after rush hour, but we still, again, it's dark outside. You won't see this tornado coming. Again, what we call this is an HP supercell. This is a high precipitation supercell here. Wrapped in rain. So the tornado would be sitting right in this area here and then pushing up toward Winona, right in the middle of all that rain. So you're not going to see it coming. It's dark out. Don't go look for these things. Don't go look for a tornado outside. Go into your safe spot, shelter, basement, and stuff like that. Thank you so much, William, for your generous $10 donation earlier on. And good night. Good night, sir. Thank you for joining. Hope to see you again soon. Tim Key, Southwest Wisconsin had a nice weather today. That's good. Looks like maybe some snow for you a little bit in Southwest Wisconsin, maybe a couple inches, about 5 to 8 inches of snow on the way. Winter storm warnings across eastern Wisconsin, so down Lake Michigan shoreline from Green Bay to Milwaukee, Waukegan, Rockford, Illinois, there toward Highway 20. That's into the day on Saturday. You want some thunderstorms, rain waves? All right. Again, we'll kind of zoom this out for you, kind of to show you real quick. So here's all the storms. This is Mississippi. All these yellow boxes, that's an ongoing tornado watch here. This is going in effect until midnight tonight. So this is for eastern Arkansas. That has already been canceled for eastern Arkansas. The Pacific front or cold front has already passed through. Northeastern Louisiana, again, I believe it's been canceled for most of you guys as well. It's still ongoing, though, for central and northern Mississippi and western Tennessee here, and it's very possible that this could be extended or at least into at least parts of western or northwestern Alabama to middle Tennessee later on as these storms approach from the west. There we go, guys. We got a brand new tornado warning. This is an observed tornado warning here for eastern Carroll County, Webster County, and Montgomery County here. This is into north central Mississippi. A confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado is located over Blackhawk, moving northeast at 55 miles an hour. That's our ongoing tornado all the way back to the Rolling Fork region, still ongoing until 10:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time here. Again, a damaging tornado in progress. This is radar confirmed. So if you live in Vaden, so the Vaden, Mississippi area at 9:30, so you have about 10, 11 minutes. That tornado will be moving into your area, possibly a direct hit again for your area. Winona around 9:35, Kilmichael around 9:45, and then the Lodi and Sweetman area around 9:50. All right, so if it holds on till then, we'll be watching it in your areas as well. So let's go back here. Velocity. Waiting for the new radar scan here, guys. If you guys are just joining, press that thumbs up button down below. Definitely much appreciated. We only need 9 more likes to get to over 100 or at 100. So thanks so much for all the likes, guys. Much appreciated. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're new. I'll be putting out a new video tomorrow at 9 a.m. We'll be talking about the upcoming weather pattern, to what to expect the rest of the month of March here into early April. We're currently sitting at 25,557 subscribers, thanks to you guys. You guys can watch today's video rather down below in the description. I have an educational video on derechos and a spring forecast video for 2023 down below as well. If you want to check that out, you can follow me on Twitter at hweather420 for all the new people who haven't yet. All right, so this is getting concerning again, guys. We have rotation is starting to kind of couple up a little bit. We're starting to get some more stronger couple. Press up to the north and east fairly quickly here. So we're going to watch this. Again, we'll put this in motion for you guys to see this here. Yeah, guys, we only need 5 more likes, 4 more now, 4 more thumbs up to get to 100. So appreciate all the thumbs up and likes on here. So keep pressing that like button, guys. Much appreciated. If you guys don't know what the like button is, it's that thumbs up button down below the live stream. We only need 3 more to get to 100. Yeah, but if you live in Winona, if you live in Kilmichael, Duck Hill, up here toward Vaden, and eventually downstream there towards Ebora, Walt Hill, just get ready and take your shelter now, especially if you're in Duck Hill, Winona, Vaden, or Kilmichael. Take shelter in a basement, storm shelter. If you don't have either of those, at your disposal, then find a centralized room, a smaller room at least, with put as many walls between you and the outside world as possible. Stay away from windows. That's the most important part here as well. All right. You see these brighter colors in here? That is the tornado, and it's pushing up toward Winona. So we've already had a couple direct hits from this tornado earlier on, and it was a much stronger, more violent tornado earlier on as well. Is still ongoing here as it pushes up to the north and east. So this is definitely something we're continuing to watch here. We're looking right now at the latest scan of the storm relative velocity. This shows the rotation, how broad it is, how tight it is on the radar here. And you can definitely tell how strong some of these tornadoes can be with this rotation and how strong the rotation is in general with this type of stuff as well, with this type of technology we got here. So we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on this storm here. Just going over some storm reports, looking at the National Weather Service. Let's see. Let's look at the correlation coefficient again. Okay, so now this is concerning, guys. We got a developing debris ball yet again. So we had the debris ball that was weakening as it pressed over County Road 17, and then between County Road 17 and 35, it has now started to strengthen. So if you live in Winona, very likely that a direct hit for you is coming down the road here in the next few minutes, because this tornado is sitting back right in here. We have that tornado crossing County Road 35. It's going to be crossing over Interstate 55. So if you're traveling north-south here on Interstate 55 coming out of Vaden, do not go north toward Winona, because this tornado is up there. It's crossing over Interstate 55 here rather soon. It's going to be crossing into Winona and then just northwest of the Kilmichael area, maybe just near the Kilmichael area as well. So if you live in Kilmichael, Winona, or especially still even Vaden, you want to be in your basement storm shelter and away from windows here. If you have bicycle helmets, motorcycle helmets, any type of helmet that can protect your head, definitely put those on and be in your safe spot right now and away from windows with this storm. This is a dangerous situation. We still have a damaging tornado on the ground. It is radar confirmed. We have a debris ball. And whenever you see these bright signatures here, this is moving farther up to the north and east toward the Winona area, okay? So again, this is crossing right over Interstate 55 here and toward Winona and even up toward the Kilmichael region. We need to be taking shelter now. Again, the velocities have strengthened on this. The couplet has strengthened again. So we saw the greens were starting to fade out before back toward the Chula region, but this has recycled. Again, a lot of these times, these strong long track supercells recycle. They go through phases. They weaken. They re-strengthen. We're seeing that again here. So if you're in the stream and you have not yet pressed the thumbs up button, please press the thumbs up button down below. Subscribe, or consider subscribing if you haven't already, because we need to get this information out to as many people as possible. The more likes, the more thumbs up we get on the stream, the more people we can warn about this here, especially as it gets closer toward Winona, Kilmichael, and the Vaden regions as it crosses over Interstate 55 this evening. Yeah, Linda says tornado is getting ready to move into Winona. Exactly right. Yeah, Winona looks like we could have a direct hit here yet again. So we'll put this in motion again. We'll keep an eye on this. We're watching. We're waiting for a new velocity scan here to see if this continues to strengthen as it heads up there toward the north and east and toward the Winona area. This is in Mississippi. This is all in north central Mississippi. This is what we're looking at here this evening. This tornado has been on the ground for quite some time, almost, probably about an hour now. This tornado has been on the ground since about 8:30 or so. And it started all the way back just west of Rolling Fork here. So this is where the tornado originated, somewhere back in this region, and it is moved all the way up into that area. So it has covered a long ways. It has been strong along the way as well. Yeah, guys, we have a very tight couplet now. So if you live in Winona, get ready. You have a direct hit from a dangerous, possibly wedge tornado again moving into your area here. It's possible we got a large tornado coming into your area into Winona. So if you are in Winona, the tornado is just about to, if not coming into Winona right now as it's crossing over County Road 35 as we speak. Very quickly, you'll be crossing over Interstate 55 and then into Winona here. It looks like a direct hit into Winona in Mississippi. This is just to the north of Vaden. So if you live in Vaden, still stay in your basement right now until the storm passes in Vaden. If you are in Kilmichael, you want to be in the basement there. If you live in Duck Hill, be in your basement as well. This is also going to be heading up towards the Alva region. Alva, Walthall, and also the Eupora region. You want to be in your basement as well. This is in north central Mississippi. So you guys, if you guys have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, please consider helping me out this evening and overnight to get this stream out to as many people as possible. We need as many eyes and ears on this as possible because this, again, we have a long track supercell and this has been trouble this evening, to say the very least. So we'll zoom in here. Look at that, guys. It is moving right into Winona. It is going to be it's going to be a direct hit, absolutely, into Winona. Okay, this is in Mississippi. We had a direct hit in the Rolling Fork area back here. We had a direct hit in the Silver City area, possibly a direct hit even in Anguilla here, and then near Chula, and then all the way up now, it looks like a direct hit into Winona. So we've had a lot of communities that have been hit with some damage with this extensive supercell that has been just on the ground with the tornado for so long this evening. We definitely have to keep our eyes and ears open for this storm. So if you're in the basement, hopefully you're watching me from your smartphone, your tablet, your laptop, anything that you have, and we'll keep you covered with this storm and when to come out of your basement. But you still want to be in a basement if you're in Winona, Vaden, Kilmichael, and Duck Hill, all right? If you live in Chula, back here into Chula, you guys can come out of your basement. The storm has passed. So if you live in Chula, Mississippi, you guys are A-OK now. The storm has passed off to your north and east. Is just about to make a direct hit and is likely making a direct hit in Winona right now with a strong, violent tornado on the ground. In fact, we have another tornado emergency that has just been placed here in towards Mississippi. This is an ongoing tornado emergency, a deadly tornado, a radar-confirmed tornado here. So if you live in Winona, this is a particularly dangerous situation and take cover now. A confirmed large and destructive tornado was located near Coila or 9 miles southwest of Winona. So it's moving into Winona right now. And this is a fast-moving tornado. It's moving northeast at 50 miles an hour here. So if you live in eastern Carroll, Webster, and Montgomery counties, this is the tornado emergency for you guys here. So it's going to be in the Vaden area here right now. It's going to be moving into Winona here within the next couple minutes if it hasn't already. Kilmichael at 9:45. So get ready for this tornado in Kilmichael at 9:45. Lodi and Sweetman here around 9:55. Embry around 10:05. And if it holds on, the Eupora region and Bellefontaine area around 10:10 Central Time. All right. This is a tornado emergency. Let's go back to the correlation coefficient. Yeah, there's a clear debris ball clear debris ball here that crossed over County Road 35, and it's pushing up into Interstate 55 here that runs north-south and towards Winona. Yeah, that's guys, that's a debris ball moving into Winona right now. If you're new to the stream, press that thumbs up button, guys. We're only at 104 likes. Would definitely like to get as many likes as we can here. So press that like button, press the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new. I'm going to get a water. I'm going to get a drink of water real quick. It has been a very active day, at least with this tornado anyway. It doesn't have any looks on the radar that it's going to be going away anytime soon. In fact, the correlation coefficient actually got stronger, so that means it's already picking up debris and lofting it into the air into Winona. So it's probably damaging businesses, homes, stuff like that. So please pray for everybody in Winona, Mississippi this evening, and everybody that's been hard hit by this storm this evening, by this tornado. Heart goes out to you guys. My heart definitely goes out to you guys. That's why I'm live here, because we want to cover all this dangerous weather tonight. Again, the Storm Prediction Center maintains a level 4 of 5, the moderate risk for severe weather tonight. So we're going to be covering this through the evening, at least until some of the most dangerous storms move away. As long as we have this tornado warning, we're going to be live this evening. We have more severe weather to the north. These are mainly damaging wind and hail producers to the north here. We got a pretty nasty storm up here as well toward Tupelo. So if you live on at least the northern side of Tupelo, get ready for some 60, 70 mile an hour winds there. Also into southwestern and western Tennessee. That'll be approaching the Nashville region soon. We got some 70 mile an hour winds up here. So get ready for that. Yeah, this tornado is absolutely wrapped in rain. So you're not going to be able to see it. It's dark out. Don't go look for this. It's dangerous. Moving too quickly. Yeah, if you guys have any questions in the live stream or anything, any comments, concerns, you definitely can put them down in the live stream chat here. I'll be here for you guys to answer any questions and take any of your comments, questions, concerns, anything like that here on the live stream this evening. Yeah, that's a concerning signature. Whenever you see the greens and blues like that, or reds, that's some strong rotation right over Winona. That's already moving through Winona right now. Let's see if we can get any. We got a couple storm chasers down here. Let's see if we can tap into one of their streams. All right, let's see. All right, so let's look in here. This is Brandon Kopic. He's moving north. I believe he's going north on Interstate 55, approaching the Winona region. A lot of rain with this storm. He's going to be approaching Winona here in the next few minutes. Again, if you guys are just tuning in, we're watching Storm Chaser Brandon Kopic. He's moving north on Interstate 55. He's approaching Winona from the south and west. An ongoing tornado in progress. Just moved over Winona as a direct hit here just a few minutes ago. So we're watching a live feed here. A lot of heavy rain, a lot of wind, and even a tornado ongoing with the storm. Dangerous situation ongoing.
Come on. You there, Drew? No, you're good. Did you see any indications of damage as it went through Winona? Yes. Did you see any indications of damage as it went through Winona? Okay. All right. Well, I haven't seen any significant damage, so I'm going to start responding down there. All right. Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. Yep, bye.
So that was Storm Chaser Brandon Kopic. He's approaching the western side of Winona. The other Storm Chaser there, Brad Arnold, is also moving in there toward Winona to see if there's any damage produced by this tornado that is observed moving through. So we're going to continue to watch their stream at times to see what they see as well. Of course, you saw a lot of rain with that as you know, Brandon Kopic was moving north on Interstate 55 there toward Winona. There was a lot of rain, so that shows that these tornadoes tonight, it's not only dark out, but they are rain wrapped as well, and they're right in the middle of that rain, in the middle of that storm. So we definitely need to take it seriously this evening. Fast moving as well. These are moving to the northeast very quickly, 55 miles per hour at times. We've even seen this tornado at times move 60 miles per hour to the north and east. We have more severe storms to the north. New Albany up here toward the up toward the Baldwin area. We actually have a new tornado warning. This is radar indicated. Eastern Union County, northwestern Itawamba County, northern Lee County, and southwestern Prentiss County. This is all in northeast Mississippi. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located near New Harmony or 7 miles east of New Albany, moving east at 45 miles an hour. This is in effect until 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time here. It is radar indicated, but if you live in New Albany, Baldwin, Saltillo, the Guntown, the Manatchee area, Keowanville, New Harmony, Pratt's Friendship, Blair, Sherman, Marietta, Blue Springs, Graham, Jericho, Branyan, also the Ellistown, Eggville, Kirkville, and the Jug Fork and Baker areas. Those are all the areas that are in this tornado warning. You want to be taking shelter now. So a basement or a sturdy structure, like a storm shelter would definitely do. All right, so the National Weather Services up here have actually extended the tornado watch farther east. So now the tornado watch encompasses Nashville, Smyrna, Franklin, Mount Pleasant, Lawrenceburg, Lewisburg, the Tullahoma region, McMinnville, Cookville here in Tennessee. This is all in middle and parts of eastern Tennessee. This just moves to the west of Crossville here. This is I-40, I-24 here, and also I-65 in Tennessee. Middle and eastern Tennessee, the Murfreesboro area also included. That is a tornado watch for these areas. This does not include Chattanooga yet, though, or Crossville, but this does include a tornado watch. This goes until 3 o'clock in the morning Central Daylight Time. And for the watch, a few tornadoes likely with a couple intense tornadoes possible, scattered damaging winds likely with isolated significant hurricane force winds to 75 miles per hour and isolated large hail events to around an inch in diameter. So that would be that quarter size hail. All right. Then we got a tornado watch farther south. So this includes Huntsville, Scottsboro, Fort Payne, Guntersville, the Haleyville region, Russellville, Florence, Athens, Decatur, Jasper, and just northwest of Birmingham and Tuscaloosa here into northern and northwestern Alabama. That's a tornado watch there. That also goes in effect until 3 o'clock in the morning Central Time. All right. So if you live there, right along those areas in the northern Alabama, so we're talking about you along Interstate 65, Interstate 22, Highway 43, those areas, we're going to be watching you there. Even Interstate 59 up there toward Fort Payne. That's a tornado watch until 3 o'clock in the morning as these storms continue to press up to the north and east. Thank you so much, Tsunami Tommy. Great service to the communities, weather on the go. Everyone take heed. Yeah, definitely. That's why I'm here. I'm here to keep everybody safe here. That's why I joined live this evening. I just wanted everybody to remain weather aware, safe. You know, I knew this was going to be a dangerous day. We have seen that already pan out, unfortunately, for portions of Mississippi. We've had a long track, strong, even at times violent tornado that has been on the ground for a long period of time. I counted about a half hour to an hour at least of this tornado back across the north central area here of Mississippi that crossed over the Rolling Fork region, the Belzani area up there toward midnight, and then in towards the Silver City area, then Winona. And this tornado continues to remain possibly in progress here. We're going to take a look at the velocity again. Again, still, it's broadening out. It's broadening out. So we may or may not have a tornado ongoing. Right now, we're just going to treat this as an ongoing tornado right now. Still a tornado emergency. So still take your safe shelter in a basement or storm shelter if you can. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. If you live in Waltz Hill, Eupora, Fame, or even the Alva region here. And still, I want you to be in your basement if you live in Kilmichael here into Mississippi. Definitely a concerning signature still as it crossed out of Winona, moving to the north and east here this evening. So we're definitely going to continue to track this. We'll put it in motion for you guys here and kind of zoom in to show you where this storm's moving, this tornado potentially is moving. So it's moving up here toward the Alva region and then Waltz Hill, and then it will be approaching County Road 9 and then up toward Fame. That's the northeastmost extent of this tornado emergency this evening. Yeah, let's see. I'm going to go to the Storm Prediction Center storm reports and let's see what's going on here. I haven't looked at this all day. There's been 3 reports of tornadoes. Again, this is just preliminary. 3 reported tornadoes, mostly with this long tracks tornado here that we're looking at now that started back in Rolling Fork, moved through Silver City, Midnight, the Winona regions, and in toward Belmonte, Mississippi. So we've had 3 reports of tornadoes so far, 14 wind reports. We've had 1 hail report for a total of 18 total severe weather reports here so far today. This is on the Storm Prediction Center's rolling severe weather or storm reports here. So we've actually had various reports of catastrophic damage in and around Rolling Fork. So yes, there is confirmation of catastrophic damage when this tornado did move back here through the Rolling Fork area earlier on with that strong, probably EF3 signature. By looking at the radar, it really looked like it was at least an EF2, possibly even an EF3 type of tornado. It was a very strong signature, the likes of which we haven't seen, or at least I haven't seen on here in quite some time. So that was the concern earlier on. So catastrophic damage, that's a report to the Storm Prediction Center earlier on, reported near the Rolling Fork, Mississippi region. We also had hail report. Emergency management reported golf ball size hail near the Benoit, Mississippi region in Bolivar County. Tree branches down, a lot of trees down with this storm, with a lot of damaging winds. We got power pole damage up there in Tennessee with 70-mile-per-hour winds that move through. So we have a lot of storm reports coming in here this evening from those storms that are pushing through not only Mississippi, but also back into Arkansas, Louisiana, and Tennessee here this evening. We saw a lot of those storm reports rolling in, and I'm sure more of these are going to be coming in fast and furious here later on this evening and overnight tonight. And of course, the damage survey teams from the National Weather Service here and towards Jackson, Mississippi will be sending survey teams out, I would imagine, on Saturday tomorrow to come survey some of the damage with this tornado that's been on the ground from Rolling Fork all the way up through Belzani, Silver City, and now the Winona area. So I'm sure they'll be sending out some survey teams for this moving forward. Let's look at the correlation coefficient. Let's see. Let's see what the latest scans are here. It was a little bit of a debris ball. And the good news is it is weakening. So, like I said, with the velocity signature, it's kind of broadening out. It's kind of elongating itself a little bit more. So we're not really seeing anything too terribly strong, but we still have an enhancement to that, or what am I trying to say here? An extension. That's what I'm trying to say. An extension to the tornado warning farther north and east here. This includes the Houston, Mississippi area. This is still for an observed damaging tornado in progress. This is quickly moving northeast at 65 miles an hour. So this has picked up a lot of speed. We got that strong low-level jet coming out of the south-southwest. Very powerful mid-level jet as we have a maturing surface cyclone or a low-pressure system up across the Ohio Valley. That means we have a lot more kinematics, a lot more wind shear with this storm. And so we're going to see these storms start to pick up speed and steam as they push farther east here this evening and into the overnight hours. Usually the low-level jet is strongest overnight, so we're getting into that peak time frame where that low-level jet is going to be cranking out of the south-southwest here this evening. Again, just new here, press the like button, press the thumbs up button, consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. You can follow me on Twitter at hweather420. I'll be retweeting pictures, videos, more weather information later on tonight and tomorrow morning for you guys that I see on there. We'll be doing that on Twitter later on. So I appreciate everybody joining. If you want to share this stream on social media, such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anything like that, definitely welcome to do so. We need as many eyes and ears on these storms as possible here this evening. All right. Let's go back here to the velocity. Again, it's still there, but it has broadened out, which is some good news. But like I said, we've seen this a couple times now this evening. The storm started to weaken. We have broadening of the rotation, then it kind of recycles back again, and we start to see more strengthening of that couplet again. And that's when we have that tornado that comes back. And then, occasionally these tornado emergencies take place with this storm as it pushes off to the northeast. Now at 65 miles per hour, so it's moving very quickly now. Don't want to discount the tornado warning farther to the north. We still do have a tornado warning up here. This is really just kind of along a squall line moving up toward the Baldwin area and move through New Albany. You can see that here, really nice looking squall line. This is producing some widespread damaging winds of about 60, perhaps 70 mile per hour winds in isolated instances. This is pushing through the Boonville region. This is northeastern Mississippi here. We're seeing more storms with a nice squall line moving through the Baldwin area, or about to move through Baldwin, Guntown, back down toward the Saltillo region. And that's right along in interstate there. And that, again, this will be approaching the north side of Tupelo as well. So like I said, the Saltillo region, Guntown, Baldwin, Marietta, on up toward Boonville, Jumpertown. It's pouring down rain there as well with some strong winds. The Rienzi region, and then up toward Burnsville. So if you live in Burnsville, right along Highway 72 in northeast Mississippi, that's where we're seeing the strong damaging winds here this evening. This is turning more over to a damaging wind threat. Then farther north, we have another severe thunderstorm warning. Let's switch over to the Nashville radar. A very nice looking squall line here this evening. A lot of wind damage with this line already. We've had trees down, power lines down, power poles damaged. We've had occasionally winds of up to hurricane force with this, up to 75 miles per hour this evening across Middle Tennessee. This continues to press off to the east quickly here. This will be approaching Nashville. So if you live in Nashville, down to Bellevue, Franklin, Tennessee, down here toward Lewisburg, Columbia, Mount Pleasant, and Lawrenceburg, you guys get ready for a strong line of storms. You can see it's trying to bow out there. The apex of this is kind of towards places like Franklin and the south side of Nashville, especially. Get ready for possibly hurricane force winds with this system as it pushes off quickly to the east-northeast. Again, this is moving quick to the east or east-northeast at 70 miles per hour. So this is as fast as you can drive out there, or even faster than you can drive in most instances. And that is, again, approaching quickly the Nashville metro area. So if you live in Nashville, you're probably going to get ready to see a lot of lightning off to your western horizon. You're going to be seeing lots of rain and lots of wind with this as it pushes quickly into your area. So a big line of storms with some widespread hurricane force winds does look likely here this evening into Nashville. That's in Middle Tennessee. All right. So we'll continue to watch you guys up there as well. Not seeing anything rotating in on these signatures anywhere up here anyway. So that's some good news. Yeah, you can see the strong winds. You see right here where you have the oranges and the reds. Some of those wind gusts could be over 70 miles an hour, so we could easily be seeing considerable tree damage and also some power line damage as it continues to push in. Again, this is a bow echo, guys. This is a little bit of a bow echo trying to develop as it pushes towards Nashville here and the Franklin area in toward Middle Tennessee. So Mount Pleasant, Franklin, Nashville, Bellevue, Dixon into Middle Tennessee, Lawrenceburg. You guys are going to be getting that bow echo soon with some very powerful winds. And the strongest of the winds here in the bow echo are actually on the leading edge, but also what we call the apex of the bow. So right in towards Middle Tennessee here, approaching, what does that city there say? Let's see. The Centerville region. Get ready for that. And then, of course, we got those storms farther south into the Tupelo area. Again, some of these are capable of rotating. We got a little bit of an inflow notch here, and a couple of these areas we have to be watching. We could still have some brief, what we call QLCS tornadoes. We could have some of those start to develop along the leading edge of the squall line as it pushes quickly off to the east here later on through the evening hours. Drellin, may God bless all of those in the path of the storm. Yes, definitely. Again, our thoughts and prayers are with you guys there back in Silver City, back in Rolling Fork, Winona, all those communities that did get hard hit by the severe weather with that tornado that's still ongoing likely, or at least still has a chance to be ongoing across portions of eastern Mississippi. This has been a very long track supercell that's been embedded in the southern edge of this line of storms here. Yeah, so again, it's pretty broad, but we still have a little bit of rotation on up. The new scan now, it pushed through the Alva region, so now northeast of Alva here, and is pushing up toward Calhoun City. Is going to be pushing north and west of Eupora, so from Calhoun City to Vardaman, and even eventually up toward Houston, Mississippi. This will be crossing over County Road 9, up toward County Road 8 and even County Road 15 there toward Houston. That goes north-south there from Houston down towards the Eupora region. You want to be taking shelter and into a basement storm shelter and away from windows with this storm as well as it progresses to the north and east. So if you guys are with me live on here and you have not yet pressed that like button, please consider hitting that like button, the thumbs up button down below the live stream. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're new. I do daily weather forecast updates on this channel. I cover southern Canada, the United States, and the tropics during tropical weather season. We do long-range weather forecasts on this channel as well, and we like to look a couple weeks ahead of time, especially if you have vacations planned or anything like that. We'll do that as well, while still being accurate as well. We'll still be accurate on this channel doing that. This is one of the most accurate weather channels you'll find on YouTube. Very detailed weather forecasts, I promise you that. So thank you so much for subscribing, to all the new subscribers out there. Thanks to all of the new, everybody that's new on the channel. Appreciate it. Follow me on Twitter if you like, HWeather420. I'll be retweeting pictures, videos, all that stuff later on from all these storms. You guys want to check out some of my videos? I have my forecast video from today down below in the description. I have an educational video on a derecho and my spring forecast of 2023. You guys can check that out here down below in the description. I have 3 videos down there below as well. Time for bed, Linda says. Well, thank you so much, Linda. Hopefully you're not in the path of these storms. Thank you for joining. Again, I'll have a new video for you in the morning, Linda, and everybody else. So thank you for joining this evening, Linda. Definitely appreciate it. I'll have a new video tomorrow at 9 a.m. We have an extension to the tornado warning. This is extreme northeast Mississippi. This is hugging up right along the Mississippi and Alabama state line. This is getting even closer toward the Florence region ever so slightly. We got some big hail, a little bit of some hail starting to develop here south of Boonville and then north of Baldwin. Some hail cores showing up there. Let's look here at the velocity. Again, look at this big surge of wind moving through Baldwin there. You can see where the lighter greens are showing up with the light yellows. Very strong rear inflow jet to this bow echo there. You got a little bit of some rotation at times along the leading edge of that, but it's not on the ground right now, so that's some good news. Correlation coefficient up in these areas, again, pretty noisy, so that we're not seeing anything on the ground tornado-wise, but there is a tornado warning. We got a little bit of an inflow notch here just to the north of Baldwin and south of Boonville. So between Boonville and Baldwin here in extreme northeast Mississippi, we have a little bit of an inflow notch into this storm there. So we'll be watching you as this approaches the Mississippi and Alabama state line. We still have that tornado warning to the south into Houston. Again, this is an observed tornado warning. Damaging tornado probably in progress. The radar confirmed. Again, this is quick moving. Northeast to 65 miles an hour. So Chickasaw County, southern Calhoun, and west central Monroe County is in the path of this in northeast Mississippi. And that's extreme northeast Mississippi as well. Isabella, I'm here in Monroe County, Mississippi, trying to convince your grandparents to come shelter in our closet. The lights are flickering and the sirens are going off. Yeah, you have a tornado warning in your area, I do believe, into Monroe County there. Yeah, west central Monroe County in northeast Mississippi. A confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located over Lodi or 11 miles northeast of Winona. So that's the storm, that's the tornado that pushed through Winona that is continuing to press off to the northeast at 65 miles per hour. So the pedal is down on the gas with this tornado as it pushes to the north and east, moving very quickly. And that's why they extended this tornado watch a little bit farther toward the east here, in towards middle and parts of eastern Tennessee, toward the Cumberland Plateau there, and then into northern portions of Alabama and northwest Alabama. So Huntsville to Decatur, Florence, northwest to Birmingham, Tuscaloosa there. That's the tornado watch until 3 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. We also have a tornado watch extension farther east, including Nashville, Franklin, Lewisburg, Mount Pleasant, Lawrenceburg, Tullahoma, McMinnville, Cookville, just west of Crossville there, close to the Cumberland Plateau. This is also west of Chattanooga. That's a tornado watch there into middle and eastern Tennessee until 3 o'clock in the morning as well. As we move the radar back up here toward Nashville, we got a huge line of storms. This is a bow echo. If you live in the Centerville region, we're already seeing some damaging winds, probably 60, 70 miles per hour at times, hurricane force wind gusts. We've seen 75 mile per hour wind gusts across this region this evening. So we've had a lot of power damage, a lot of trees down, tree damage, a lot of tree branches as well. So we're definitely going to continue to watch it up here into Tennessee. Make no mistake about that as well. And then this is approaching quickly the western side of Nashville. So if you're living in Nashville, Bellevue, Franklin, Mount Pleasant here, Lawrenceburg, up here towards Smyrna, Hendersonville, Murfreesboro, get ready. This entire squall line is quickly racing eastward. This is moving east at about 65 to 70 miles per hour here this evening. Actually, it's picked up speed. It's moving east at 80 miles per hour. So whenever you see a storm moving east at 80 miles per hour, that definitely means that you're seeing at least 60 mile per hour wind gusts. There's no question about that. So that's in Lewis County, southern Dixon County, northwestern Maury County, northwestern Williamson County, south central Cheatham County, also east central Humphreys County, and Hickman County. This is all in Middle Tennessee for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. I would even say possibly some 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts embedded in there, and some 1-inch quarter-size hail. Kind of zoom this out to show you how big the squall line is. Farther north, though, into like western Kentucky here, Madisonville to Owensboro, Bowling Green, Hopkinsville, it's all heavy rain for you. So no severe weather up here, just a lot of heavy rain. And that flash flooding threat will continue to surge up toward the Louisville region, up toward Frankfort, Lexington, going through the night tonight. A lot of heavy rain up to the north into central and western Kentucky. So watch out for some flash flood warnings farther north. I'm scared for severe weather season when it starts here in Wisconsin for tornado emergencies. Well, each event's different, so it will be an active spring. I have no doubt about that. I think there'll be a little lull in the action sometime in April as some cooler weather moves, south out of Canada. How cold? I have no idea. It's a couple weeks away yet, but I do think toward the end of April and into May are going to be big months this year for severe weather. Where, though, I have no idea. Of course, it's a couple months away. I can't pinpoint exactly where severe weather will be, but we'll just give you a forewarning that it will be an active spring severe weather season. It already has been. We've seen a lot of tornadoes this year. We had a quick start with tornadoes in January and February, and a lot of damaging winds and hail. And, we're going to continue to see that. A lot of flooding events this year, too. We've had a lot of flash flood events. But farther to the north, like where you're talking about Wisconsin, get ready for some snow. I mean, we're not talking anything severe weather over the next week. We're talking some snow, a winter storm up into Green Bay, Milwaukee, Kenosha, Racine, Wisconsin, into northern, northeast Illinois. So like the Chicago areas, especially the northern suburbs, Rockford, Illinois, then into northern lower Michigan, and then on up into the UP of Michigan, and then eventually into, say, like Ontario, Quebec, Canada up there. We're going to be seeing more snow, probably some decent snow. We might have some shovelable and some plowable snow up there into eastern Wisconsin, parts of Illinois, getting into Michigan there, and even, of course, Ontario and Quebec. A lot of those areas will be seeing some, 5 to 8 inches, maybe isolated double-digit 10-inch totals up there, mainly on grassy surfaces. But, of course, when you see totals of snow that high, you're going to see some slushy accumulation, at least on the roadways. You got to take into account the higher sun angle this time of year. And the preceding warm conditions, the preceding weather up to the system, temperatures up there are in the 40s and 50s, so it will take time to overcome some of the warmer ground before it accumulates. Again, thanks everybody for subscribing. Thanks everybody for liking the live stream. Again, we're continuing live tornado coverage this evening. Tracking some of these tornadoes. We've had a violent tornado on the ground. If you're just joining me, we had a long track tornado on the ground. We still have a damaging tornado hazard here with a radar confirmed tornado. This is over the Embry region and moving northeast at 65 miles per hour. This is in northeastern portions of Mississippi. All right, so we have an extension to the severe thunderstorm warning farther north into Nashville that I want to get to you guys. This is a bow echo pushing through middle Tennessee here. You can see it kind of bowing out a little bit there towards the Dixon region, down towards Centerville, and then eventually approaching Bellevue and Franklin, Tennessee, which is on the southwest side of Nashville. Again, this is moving quickly to the east at 80 miles per hour, all right? So the pedal is down on these storms. They're moving quickly to the east at 80 miles an hour. 60 mile per hour, even 70 mile per hour wind gusts is a possibility with this line, especially where it's bowing out there into the apex of the bow echo. That's where the strongest of the winds will be, toward the Centerville region, and also the 1-inch quarter-size hail as a secondary risk with these storms. And that's until 10:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So if you live in the Dixon region, Hohenwald, or even the Centerville region, White Bluff, Kingston Springs, Pegram, Burns, Fairview, Charlotte, Gordonsburg, Kimmins, the Bon Aqua region, Prim Springs, Lisle, Santa Fe, Pinewood, Hampshire, Williamsport, Lipers Fork, or Nanoli, those areas are impacted by this severe thunderstorm warning this evening. And at times, this entire line, this squall line or bow echo into western and middle Tennessee has had a history of producing hurricane force wind gusts of 70, 75 miles per hour here. Lots of power line damage, power pole damage. We've seen a lot of tree damage with this system. So a lot of damage here with the winds up there into Tennessee. But more of the tornado or tornadic risk has been farther south. So like around the Tupelo area, just north of Jackson, Yazoo City here in Mississippi. That's where all the tornadic thunderstorms and supercells have been this evening. So let's go farther down to the south here. Let's look at the storm relative velocity. It has really weakened, so that is some great news, but we are getting very close to the radar, though, here. So let's see if we can change radars here. That's not good. Let's see. This one work? There's still some rotation, very broad here. Again, we're getting close to the radar site here, so it's kind of hard to tell, but it looks like Walt Hill, Fame, Calhoun City, Vardaman, and Houston up here. You want to be on high alert in your basement, storm shelter, anywhere you guys can. Stay safe. We still have a possible tornado here moving across these areas this evening. So take shelter now. You guys just joining me again, live tornado coverage this evening. Tornado outbreak coverage is ongoing. If you guys haven't yet, press the like button. Make sure you press the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Again, if you don't know what the like button is, it's the thumbs up button down below the stream. Let's try to get to 150 likes in the next few minutes, guys. Please, please, please press that like button. Helps to get all this vital information out to people. Let's switch the radars over here to... what am I doing? There we go. That might be too far. Let's try the Nashville radar. Or actually, this one would be better. Again, mainly just some very strong winds on the leading edge of this, moving to the east here. So this is extreme northeastern Mississippi here this evening. Just passed through Boonville. You probably saw maybe some hail, very heavy blinding rain, very strong winds, and that tornado warning, this is just radar indicated, is up there toward the Belmont region in northeast Mississippi. We have another extension to a severe thunderstorm warning. This is for Florence. Now we're crossing into extreme northwestern Alabama. This is for Florence, Alabama, Russellville. So if you live in these areas, this is for County Road 24. Highway 43 between Russellville and Florence, and then County Road 20 up here from Florence on up toward the Savannah, Tennessee areas, and even toward Loretto. Get ready for some strong storms there. Lauderdale County, Colbert County, and Central Franklin County, and this is all in extreme northwestern Alabama. A severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Waterloo to Midway to Burton. Moving east at 50 miles per hour. 60 mile per hour wind gusts and 1-inch quarter-size hail here. This is in effect until 10:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Locations impacted: Florence, the Muscle Shoals area, Russellville, Sheffield, Tuscumbia, Red Bay, Killen, also the Cherokee region, Littleville, and Lighton. So if you live in these areas, especially into extreme northwestern Alabama, that is the area to watch for damaging winds and large hail over the next hour or so. Yeah, but outside these these couple of tornado warnings here in northeast Mississippi, that's really the only game in town when it comes to tornadoes this evening. The farthest south, the southernmost supercell that's embedded kind of in that broken line is the one that has been troublesome the most this evening, producing that long track tornado. That's the one that has been producing all that stuff. So, and some extensive, catastrophic damage as well with that system as it pushed through like Silver City, the Rolling Fork region back into Mississippi, Winona, even back there in toward the Midnight Mississippi region. So the survey teams out of the National Weather Service in Jackson, Mississippi, I would imagine, will be doing more surveys tomorrow on that storm, seeing the damage path for tornadoes and how many tornadoes there could be. We'll be doing all that. Right now, just preliminary. We're approaching 25,600 subscribers. We only need 39 more people to subscribe to the channel, and we'll be right at 25,600. So if you guys aren't yet subscribed, consider hitting the subscribe button down below, guys. I'm here for you, and I'll give back by giving you guys the daily weather forecast on this page. So I'll have a new video out for you guys tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. A little more of a hail core with the storm up here. It's had, times of some stronger hail north and east of Tupelo there as it crosses from Mississippi there in towards Alabama. So very interesting there, but you want an active season like 2019 for what, severe weather? It's been active already this season. January, February was active. March is, been active at least to finish the month of March here. We still got another week or so to go. We got another system coming in late next week, and we could be doing all of this over again potentially, depending on the setup. We got another Southern Plains, Central Plains setup on Thursday night. Friday setup farther to the east again into the Arklatex, Arklamis regions, maybe the Mid-South up there toward Memphis and stuff like that by Friday next week. So another chance of severe weather, another opportunity for more significant severe weather then by late next week. So again, it's been a Thursday, Friday cycle. Every week or so, we have these systems coming in. We have a parade of storms south of the Aleutian Islands there, south of Alaska, and that Pacific jet stream is not budging so far. So we have that same patterns coming in. Snow to the north, flash flooding here in the middle, and then more severe weather south from there. So that same pattern will take us into late next week as well. And of course, we'll be tracking it here. I'll have daily weather forecast videos every morning on this here coming up, leading up to that event next week. And that's another reason you guys should subscribe to the channel, because I will have a video tomorrow morning out at 9 a.m. Central Time. I post videos usually around 9 a.m. in the morning, so you guys can check that out. And we'll be going over some of that forecast moving forward tomorrow as well. What is it with Thursdays? I don't know. Once you get stuck in a cycle, it's tough to break out of it. I'll tell you that. It is tough. And we're so close to the radar. I don't know if there's like a radar site here that I could use that's not too far away, but also not too close. We're kind of in no man's land here when it comes to radars, because it's pretty close to the radar site up here toward Aberdeen, but there is broad rotation. I don't know if we really have a tornado on the ground anymore. Hard to say, but there still is. Yeah, it says radar indicated, so that the tornado has weakened. Finally, we can breathe a sigh of relief here with this storm to the south. The tornado has weakened. It's been on the ground for probably about an hour, and that's when you know that, when the damage survey teams go out there to look at these things and to survey the damage, they're going to come across some catastrophic damage. We had some very strong rotation there on the signature on the radar earlier on into western and central Mississippi. Now it's moved up into northeast Mississippi here, and we have seen a lot of these storms continue to be severe. It's now starting to transition more to a damaging wind threat, which is good. But I will still note the conditions ahead of this downstream into northern, northwestern Alabama, into middle and eastern Tennessee toward the Cumberland Plateau up there in the Smoky Mountains, they are still ripe for tornadoes. And that's why the National Weather Services have gone along and issued a tornado watch until 3 o'clock in the morning Central Time across middle and eastern Tennessee, northern, northwestern Alabama here, as these storms continue to progress farther east. But they will likely transition more to damaging winds and large hail as we go later into the night, and especially after midnight here. But we still could have some spin-up tornadoes. One or two of these tornadoes could still be intense, especially if we got a storm like this. We got one kind of lone storm trying to develop out here northwest of Birmingham, Tuscaloosa. Hasn't had much, has had a little bit of trouble trying to develop, but nonetheless, we got to watch those discrete supercells ahead of the main line of storms. If that happens, we'll see more tornadoes potentially getting through the midnight time frame and a little bit beyond. But the later we get into the night, every minute, every hour that goes by, the lesser the energy will be in the atmosphere. So hopefully we can say goodbye to this severe weather outbreak here today and tornado outbreak potentially. Again, why I say potentially is that I'm not certain this was necessarily a tornado outbreak quite yet. We have to look at the preliminary data, the finalized data. Again, a tornado outbreak I do believe is characterized as 6 tornadoes or more. Not to say we haven't had that today, but it has been a little bit more quieter than what I thought it would have been earlier on. And what I mean by that is there was a moderate risk. And of course, we had some intense weather and a intense tornado for a time. But like I was saying yesterday, not everybody in that moderate risk is going to see intense tornadoes. Not everybody's going to see the hurricane force winds or the damaging hail. It just means the likelihood or the probability is much higher in those orange and red shaded colors in that enhanced and moderate risk zone that I was showing you last night on stream. So that's why we always kind of look ahead to these things and warn you guys, because if you're in those risk areas, the probability areas, and the probability is higher, then of course you'll have the chance for some damaging storms. If I'm in no risk tomorrow, then a few showers or a thunderstorm could be possible. I'm not sure where you're at. If you live in the southeast, like Carolinas, Georgia, like the Atlanta metro area, you might see some storms tomorrow. And actually, that's a good point. So let's look here at the future radar, or what the radar could look like here. Let's actually go to the HRRR model, and let's kind of time out the rest of the storms through tonight. So let's do that real quick. Let's go back to the 0Z here. This just came out last hour, so this is, and again, there's another refresh right now. And we're going to go through and time these storms out. So we're at about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. You see that line still holding on strong, and we'll kind of zoom this out to show you a lot of heavy rain farther north. So we got some very heavy rain up here into southern Indiana, southeastern Illinois, to west central Kentucky. Some strong to severe storms actually into Kentucky right now, with a widespread squall line moving through Hopkinsville, Clarksville, Tennessee, getting into Nashville there, the western side of Nashville with that bow echo that I was talking about. Thank you, Christopher. Thanks for joining. Good night. Thanks for joining the live stream. I appreciate it. I know it's getting late for you guys, but if you guys are in the path of severe weather tonight, Middle Eastern Tennessee, Northern Alabama, just remain weather aware. This is 11 o'clock. Now we're going into 1 a.m. in the morning. The squall line's quickly moving through Nashville. This will get into Cookeville, Crossville, Tennessee, down toward the Murfreesboro region, approaching Chattanooga there. This will cross in toward the Huntsville area with some strong storms overnight. This is 1 a.m. Just still northwest of Birmingham, Tuscaloosa. This is 1 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. We're going to go to 3 a.m. This will cross through Birmingham, Tuscaloosa. We still have to watch the threat of tornadoes down here into Birmingham and Tuscaloosa overnight up toward the Gadsden region. We still could be seeing some possibly strong tornadoes. We'll have to wait and see, even after midnight here. This is 5 o'clock in the morning. Now we're seeing a nice squall line moving in toward the Smoky Mountains here, the Appalachian chain, getting down toward Asheville, North Carolina, Newport, Johnson City, Knoxville, Tennessee, down into northwestern side of Atlanta. This is pushing into 5 a.m. The tail end of these storms will be pushing in toward the Montgomery, Columbus region as well, and towards Georgia and Alabama. We still have to watch a couple of these storms popping up, these popcorn type storms ahead of the main line. Those could be the ones to rotate some tornadoes in there into western Georgia, eastern and southeastern Alabama there by 5 a.m. Still could have some tornadoes possible. 7 a.m. in the morning commute there on Saturday. If you have any plans, this will be crossing through Atlanta so if you live in Atlanta, Georgia, this will be crossing through your area here between 5 and 7 o'clock in the morning. So there's several more hours until this moves into your area. Good night, Isabella. Thanks for joining. Stay safe out there. Stay safe out there if you're in Mississippi. 9 o'clock in the morning, we have more of a marginal risk of storms down in this area here. So watch out for some stronger storms into central, southwestern South Carolina, south central Georgia towards Augusta, Macon, Georgia, down there toward Albany, Georgia, and then, of course, extreme southeastern Alabama, northwest Florida toward Destin, Crestview, Panama City, Tallahassee, Pensacola, those areas. We'll be watching you by mid-morning tomorrow. So that's kind of the timing of when you can expect those storms moving through the southeast, and those will get off the coast by tomorrow afternoon, and we'll say goodbye to the multi-day severe weather outbreak as we go in towards tomorrow. We'll go farther north real quick before we go back here toward the severe weather coverage real time. We have winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories across far eastern Iowa, northern Illinois, eastern and southeast Wisconsin, including the Chicago area, Kenosha, Milwaukee, Madison, and then much of northern lower Michigan into the UP of Michigan. There's winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories. We're expecting several inches of snow, and just showing you the total snowfall accumulation from the system. We could be talking about some widespread snowfall amounts here, over 6 inches in this area. So if we're going to zoom in here, we could be talking about 7-8 inches of snow up here into Rockford, Illinois, Davenport, Quad Cities, in eastern Iowa, maybe about 3-4 inches there. Madison, Wisconsin, about 6 inches. Milwaukee about 8-9 inches, especially with some lake enhancement right there between Milwaukee and Kenosha. Maybe that's the area that we see double-digit totals up to around 10 inches, and then maybe some heavier 5 to 8 inch amounts up there into northern lower Michigan toward Traverse City as well. And then some of that snow will spread over there in towards, say, Ontario and Quebec, Canada. So that's what we're looking like on the northern side of this system. So you can see in the pink shade of colors, that's winter storm warnings. The purple, that is winter weather advisories. All right. So let's get back down to the squall line here in Middle Tennessee. And again, widespread damaging winds down here. So this is a damaging wind threat like up to the north. This is not as much of a tornado threat up here. We're still seeing some damaging winds. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Portions of Kentucky, so Hopkinsville to Oak Grove and approaching the Bowling Green, Franklin, and Russellville areas into southern Kentucky. This is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, not moving as fast on the northern side. Still moving, east at 35 miles per hour, but the far southern side toward Nashville, this is racing to the east at 70 miles an hour and also producing 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. So if you live in Nashville, get ready for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, perhaps some hurricane force winds there in Nashville going over the next hour or so. So we're going to be watching you very closely. Yeah, so it looks like, again, a lot of the storm reports. Sorry, guys, I'm just looking at the storm reports here. I'll roll the radar for you, put it in loop for you guys up here toward Nashville so you guys can see that. But yes, that is the radar in motion up there toward Nashville. A lot of trees down, a lot of power damage, and power poles being damaged, power lines being damaged, stuff like that here. And we're going to continue to watch that there. Farther south, a tornado warning has been issued there for the Florence region. That continues. Radar indicated, however, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Midway or near, I can't even pronounce that, Tishomingo State Park. There we go. Moving northeast to 60 miles per hour. Tornado and half dollar size hail. That's in effect until 11 p.m. Central Time. So that is for Lauderdale County and northwestern Colbert County. That's in extreme northwest Alabama. Cherokee around 10:35, so the next 11 minutes. Florence around 10:50. St. Florian and Underwood, Petersville area around 10:55, so about a half hour's time for you. Good night, Rain Maves. Thanks for joining. Much appreciated. Thanks for joining live coverage. Again, anybody new joining, we're doing live severe weather coverage here. We got a brand new severe thunderstorm warning. This includes Nashville, including all of Nashville, the downtown area included. It's for Nashville, Hendersonville, Gallatin, Bellevue, Brentwood, Franklin, the Columbia area, and Smyrna here into Middle Tennessee. This is for a lot of counties here, so get ready here. This is for Davidson County, northeastern Marshall County, western Rutherford County, Maury County, southwestern Sumner County, Williamson County, western Wilson County, southeastern Cheatham County, and also the northwestern Bedford County areas. So a lot of counties there. That is covering much of Nashville. 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and nickel-size hail. So we got sub-severe hail. So those pocket change hailstones here with those, dime, nickel, penny-size hailstones. But the real threat for severity of the storm will be the damaging straight-line winds. So 70-mile-per-hour winds is the threat here. As it pushes to the east. This is racing east at 60 miles per hour, and earlier for a time, this was moving east at 80 miles per hour. So this is also in effect until 11 o'clock Central Daylight Time. So Murfreesboro, Franklin, Columbia, Gallatin, Lebanon, Ashland City, Nashville, also the Nashville downtown area, Madison, Hendersonville, Smyrna, Brentwood, Lavergne, also the Spring Hill area, Mount Juliet, Goodlettsville, Nolensville, Forest Hills, Mount Pleasant, Oak Hill, and Belmead. All those areas, be ready. Interstate 40, Interstate 65, Interstate 24, and Interstate 840 need to be on guard for that. So if any truck drivers out there, anybody traveling, watch out for this line of storms. Very powerful squall line pushing through. And we still got those long track supercells hanging on, sustaining their own here this evening. Down into northeastern Mississippi and now northwest Alabama. Up toward the Florence area, we're watching you. We got a little bit of a hail core up there, just right along the Mississippi-Alabama border, but probably more so of quarter-size hail than anything else. Or yeah, about quarter to half dollar size hail is the hazard with that, as well as a radar-indicated tornado warning. So. Just joining me, we're doing live tornado outbreak coverage. Thanks for joining. We got a dangerous tornado outbreak ongoing. So, again, follow me on Twitter for more updates. HWeather420. I'll be reposting, retweeting pictures, videos, all that stuff later on this evening and also overnight tonight after the stream. So, follow me on Twitter. And also follow me on or subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that like button, the thumbs up button down below in the live stream right now. We're up to 132 likes. So let's try and get to 200 likes on this live stream. I definitely would appreciate it. We're still dealing with some of these supercells down here into northeast Mississippi and northwestern Alabama. A lot of power lines down here across this region. We're about 36 people away. We need 36 more subscribers, and we'll achieve our goal of 25,600 subscribers here tonight. So all we need is 34 more subscribers down below. Again, subscribe to the channel and help us out here growing this awesome community. You guys are great, so appreciate it. I'll be having a new video out for you guys tomorrow morning. Good news is they've pretty much canceled or at least had the tornado warning expire down here. Still radar indicated until 11 o'clock for northwestern Clay County. Moving east at 55 miles an hour. Radar indicated tornado, 1-inch quarter-size hail. This is, again, over rural areas, so kind of open areas there of northwestern Clay County in towards Mississippi. So that's kind of the remnant of that long track supercell we're watching earlier. earlier on. We got some warnings up here towards the Nashville region. We got several warnings up there, even in towards southern portions in southwestern Kentucky. So Hopkinsville to Oak Grove to near the Russellville regions. Be ready for 60-mile-per-hour winds there. Farther south into the Clarksville, Tennessee area for the next 15 minutes, you have 60-mile-per-hour winds there. And then 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts into Nashville, Bellevue, and Franklin, Tennessee here with nickel-sized hail as that moves quickly to the east at 60 miles per hour. Again, guys, I appreciate all the support on the channel, all the donations, all the support with all the likes out there, all the new subscribers and all the old subscribers. Thanks for you guys. Again, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Much appreciated. It wouldn't be it wouldn't be the channel it is now without you guys. So thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I truly do. And I'll have a new video out for you guys tomorrow. I definitely appreciate it. My dream ultimately on YouTube is to have 1 million subscribers one day. So again, thank you guys so much for helping me out in the taking that next step on YouTube and achieving my ultimate goal of 1 million subscribers. So thank you so much. Yeah, I live in Northern Illinois. If you guys don't know, I'm 22 years old. I live in Northern Illinois, west of Chicago, and yeah, we got 5 to 8 inches of snow on the way for Saturday. So if you guys think that flash flooding is not fun, well, I guess nothing's fun with flash flooding, but 5 to 8 inches of snow is not fun, especially when you go all season without snow and then all of a sudden, boom, you get 5 to 8 inches at the end of March. So I'll probably be doing some shoveling and snow blowing myself going into Saturday and Sunday here this weekend. So not very fun for me either. Thank you so much, Amy. Definitely appreciate it. I appreciate you as well. Thanks for sticking with us here and with the live coverage and supporting the channel. Definitely much appreciated. Very much. Yeah, we got a severe thunderstorm warning that's new. This is for Houston, Amory, Aberdeen. This is in towards the southern and southeastern side there, Tupelo, Mississippi, right hugging up right against the border between Mississippi and Alabama here. Eastern Chickasaw County, southern Itawamba County, and Monroe County in northeastern Mississippi. A severe thunderstorm was located over Treblock or 7 miles southeast of Houston, Mississippi, moving due east at 55 miles per hour here. This is until 11:15 Central Time. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and nickel-size hail is the hazard with that. So if you live in Amory, Aberdeen, Houston, Okolona, Smithville, Tremont, the Prairie region, New Salem, New Wren, Treblock, Nettleton, Hatley, Quincy, some of those areas, you guys are under the risk for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and nickel-size hail. So sub-severe hail, but still what makes it severe is 58-mile-per-hour winds or stronger, and we have the chance for 60-mile-per-hour winds. And that will likely cross into northwestern Alabama as well. It has its sights set on the Haleyville and Hamilton regions as it crosses over Interstate 22 very soon. Again, we're still going to monitor the southern side of the storm. A lot of inflow still into the storm here. There's no storms down here into western Alabama, far eastern Mississippi, south of this. So a lot of open space, a lot of what I call inflow or what we call inflow here to the storms. So continue to watch that as well for any spin up tornadoes that could come along with this. Here, I'll kind of zoom out a little bit for you guys like that and show you again, kind of put it in motion to hopefully you guys can see some of the cities on their map or at least kind of your general location. Again, much of these storms are moving into northern and northwestern Alabama here this evening. So, and it's transitioning more to a widespread damaging wind threat compared to all the strong tornado threat we've had earlier. Yeah, I've been live for just over 2.5 hours, almost 2.5 hours now. Yeah, about 2 hours, 32 minutes. So, yeah, over 2.5 hours here this evening to cover some of the severe weather with you guys. Thank you so much for helping out. If we can't get to 200 likes, can we get to 150 likes on the live stream? That would definitely be much appreciated, guys. Again, if you guys can get me to 150 likes and more subscribers on here, we'll try to get our goal at 25,600. That would be much appreciated. We're at 25,566. We need 34 more people to subscribe, and we'll be at 25,600. Other than that, we have a tornado watch that continues from middle and eastern Tennessee, northern and northwestern Alabama through 3 a.m. in the morning. So want to beware if you live up into excuse me, every time I try to talk. Huntsville, Decatur, Athens, Guntersville, Fort Payne, Scottsboro, down into Jasper, and Haleyville, Hamilton, Russellville, Florence, all you guys into northern, northwestern Alabama. That is a tornado watch until 3 o'clock in the morning. And then farther north into middle and eastern Tennessee, including near the Cumberland Plateau, we have McMinnville, Cookville, right along I-40 there. And then we have Murfreesboro, Tullahoma, Lewisburg, Lawrenceburg, Mount Pleasant, Franklin, Nashville, all you guys, Dixon, you guys are all in that tornado watch. They will be trimming that tornado watch from west to east across middle Tennessee here over the next couple of hours, probably well before 3 a.m. as that cold front or Pacific front, not really a cold front, there's not a lot of cold air behind it. But once that pushes through, we will see an end to the severe weather from west to east across the Nashville region. Let's check in on Nashville here real quick. Yeah, there's the storms pushing through Nashville here. It looks like they're a little bit on a weakening trend. The strongest of the storms are farther to the west toward Dixon, Clarksville, and then back toward the, Lexington, Lawrenceburg area, but still pretty strong enough to produce some 60, 70 mile per hour wind gusts and nickel size hail for the downtown area in Nashville. This will be pushing eastward, so if you live in Knoxville, Crossville, Cookville, down here in McMinnville, I know there's a lot of vills, down into Chattanooga, all you guys here, you guys will be seeing some widespread damaging winds possibly later on overnight, like after midnight here. So that's what we're looking forward to here later on. Again, guys, I definitely appreciate it. New video is coming your way, 9 a.m. tomorrow, so be able to check that out. Again, 9 a.m. Central Daylight Time, not Eastern Time, so because I live in the Midwest, so it'll be posted at 9 a.m. Central Daylight Time tomorrow. We'll be highlighting the threat for severe weather on Saturday and Sunday. Another threat down in the southeast and the Gulf Coast. A lower end threat, mainly just a marginal, maybe a slight risk upgrade. We'll have to wait and see what the Storm Prediction Center does on those days. And then we'll be covering the winter storm or snowstorm up to the north. More widespread heavy snow for late season snow across northern Illinois, eastern Wisconsin, lower Michigan there into the UP of Michigan, and then southeastern Canada. We'll be covering that, snow totals and everything that you can that you want to know about that. And then we'll be looking ahead to the longer range into next week. We could do this all over again with snow to the north, flash flooding in between, and more severe weather to the south as another Pacific storm system moves in. We have that storm just south of the Aleutian Islands. That's going to be diving into California, so we're going to see more heavy rain, more mountain snow across California here, eating away at that drought. And then we're going to see that enter into the southern and central plains by the middle and end of next week, with more severe weather probably occurring there by the time we get in towards that Thursday, Friday timeframe next week. If you guys don't know, and kind of talking about next week already, I know it's far out, but here's what the Storm Prediction Center already has for severe weather going into next week. So this is day 7, guys. This is rare, okay? This is a rare day 7 outlook here. I'll have to reload it real quick. Didn't want to load. Well, apparently my computer doesn't want it to be a severe weather threat next week, but nonetheless, there's a threat for severe weather here. I'm going to kind of highlight it for you, kind of in a zone just like this. So if you live in any one of these areas in here, there could be some severe weather going in toward that Thursday time frame next week. This is for day 7. So if you live in these areas, be ready. Wichita down there in towards Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Norman, the Red River. So Wichita Falls again, Abilene, maybe far south there towards places like Midland potentially, or just east of Midland. Dallas, Fort Worth, Tyler, Texas, Fayetteville, Fort Smith. Some of these areas may get some more severe weather going into Thursday next week. And then maybe Friday farther east, I'm thinking potentially, again, the Storm Prediction Center doesn't have this day highlighted on Friday, but probably in a fashion just like this. So some of these areas in this area will be on high alert going in toward that Friday time frame. So we'll be watching you there. So the Arklatex, Arklamis, Mid-South areas, including Memphis, Nashville, we could be doing all this all over again late next week. Like I said, it's going to be an active severe weather season. We're just getting started, and it's not stopping anytime soon. Sure, there could be lulls in the action here and through April because I think there's going to be another a cool bout of air move farther south out of Canada, but that'll mainly be for the northern United States. A lot of the cooler air won't make it too far south. It'll be fighting that southeast ridge again and southern ridge. We're going to have a ridge of high pressure more often in the Gulf, and it'll be tougher to get cold fronts farther south, but I appreciate everybody joining me for live coverage this evening. Much appreciated. You guys have any questions? Anybody still with me, or are you guys all sleeping? If you guys are still with me here, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, drop them in the live chat. Still open for the next couple minutes before I'm heading out here. I got to get some rest. I'll be doing a video tomorrow. Again, I'll be making that video overnight tonight, staying up all night, getting all that information out to you guys. A very detailed weather forecast video tomorrow morning for you. And then we'll be going from there. I'll be retweeting some pictures, videos, some more weather information on Twitter. So make sure you follow me at HWeather420. So again, follow me on Twitter at HWeather420. That's on the screen or down below in the description. And check out a couple of my videos. Why not? My weather forecast for today. I have an educational video on derechos down below, and also a great spring forecast video looking ahead to spring of 2023. We're in spring now, and that video is still valid, so you guys can go check that out as well. So I definitely appreciate everybody's help and getting the word out to people on here. Much appreciated. You guys rock, so thank you so much. And it looks like we'll probably be doing this all over again late next week. We'll be doing more live coverage, so we'll wait and see on that. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning north of Nashville here again. This will happen more often tonight. We got more widespread 70-mile-per-hour winds here. This is moving east at 65 miles per hour, so this is for northwestern Davidson County, northeastern Montgomery County, central Sumner County, northeastern Cheatham County, and Robertson County. This is all in middle and northern Tennessee here. This is quickly moving east at 65 miles an hour, and it's just a straight line wind threat here, 70-mile-per-hour winds. So like Gallatin, Springfield, Ashland City, Hendersonville, Goodlettsville, White House, Millersville, Greenbrier, Coopertown, Ridgetop, Cross Plains, Portland, the Jolton area, Pleasant View, Orlinda, Adams, Cedar Hill, Mitchellville, Cottontown, and Blackjack. Those areas, and Interstate 65 and Interstate 24, those are the areas impacted by 70-mile-per-hour winds. All right. Amy says, is Hopkinsville, Kentucky area in the clear? Let me look for you, Amy, just real quick while I'm on stream. Thank you for the question. For severe weather, yes. So Hopkinsville's right here, just east of I-24 there. Yes, Hopkinsville, you are in the clear. The severe weather is pushing over toward the Russellville and Bowling Green and Franklin areas, farther east. You're just seeing some remnant rainfall, so some moderate to heavy pockets of rain on the back edge of this. That will clear out later on tonight, probably after midnight. You'll be done with the rain, and we'll say goodbye to the showers and storms for this storm across the Hopkinsville area. So you're fine to go to bed, Amy. The severe weather has passed. This is going to push more toward middle and eastern Tennessee and southern Kentucky there. So toward Bowling Green, Nashville, Cookeville, and Crossville, Tennessee, places like that. The Cumberland Plateau down there, the Smoky Mountains. So you're good to go to bed there. Anybody else have any questions for me while I'm still on the live stream here this evening? Again, I appreciate it. You guys rock. Everybody, every single one of you guys are amazing for helping me out here, getting the word out with this live stream, and definitely appreciate it, guys. You guys are all amazing, and hopefully you guys all have a safe night. Please stay weather aware, though. If you still are in Nashville, middle and eastern Tennessee, if you live in northern Alabama, and then eventually tomorrow here into portions of the Birmingham, Tuscaloosa area, Atlanta, Georgia, we got some storms. I'll post if it shows it on here. Let's see if it's working right. Let's go to tomorrow's risk. Here's tomorrow's risk for severe storms. I'll be highlighting this in my video, but you have a marginal risk. This is a level 1 of 5, so nothing like what we saw today, but still some damaging winds, some large hail, and maybe a couple spin-up tornadoes down here. This is for central and southern South Carolina, so Myrtle Beach down towards Charleston here, Savannah, Georgia, Columbia, South Carolina, the Augusta, Georgia region, Athens to Atlanta, Peachtree City, Macon, down towards the Brunswick area, Albany, Georgia there, Columbus, and then in toward the Auburn and Dothan regions, Enterprise into southeastern Alabama, and then northwest Florida, so Tallahassee to Apalachicola, Panama City, Destin, and Destin Beach, and then over there toward the Crestview regions, and maybe as far south there as Jacksonville and Jacksonville Beach, Florida. So that is the area at most risk for storms tomorrow. Let's go through the individual hazards real quick while we have you here. It does look like we're going to see the threat for tornadoes tomorrow, I do believe, unless they updated this again. Here, yeah, so we have a 2% shading. So today, as you imagine, we had a 10 to 15% hatched risk of significant tornadoes. We did see that occur earlier on. Central Mississippi, they'll be doing damage surveys out of the NWS Jackson, Mississippi. National Weather Service from Jackson, Mississippi will be doing that damage survey tomorrow. Yeah, you're welcome, Amy. You're welcome for your help. No problem. Yeah, you're fine to go to bed up there in Hopkinsville. But yeah, southern portions of Georgia, central Georgia, we have a threat for some tornadoes, mainly just some weaker tornadoes, some spin-ups, not any of the tornadoes that should be on the ground for any long period of time like we saw today, nothing like that. The wind threat tomorrow is a lower end threat. We have just a 5% shading for maybe some 60 mile per hour winds for the most part here across portions of South Carolina, Georgia, southeastern Alabama, and North Florida. And then the hail threat tomorrow is very low as well, about 5%. So maybe a couple of quarter-size hailstones at times from Atlanta farther south and towards Tallahassee, Jacksonville, and then maybe Charleston, Myrtle Beach areas, Savannah, Georgia, places like that going through the day on Saturday. Then as we go into Sunday, we got more severe weather on Sunday. So not discounting Sunday, we have another stalled boundary down here. We have another stationary front. We have a cold front dropping south. So we have more severe weather. Again, not a big deal, but still some marginally severe storms with some damaging winds, some large hail, and even maybe a spin-up tornado or two on Sunday. This is for south central Georgia, so from Macon, Georgia to Columbus, Montgomery up there toward Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Mobile, Dothan there into southern and central Alabama, southern and central Mississippi, so from the Jackson area down toward Meridian, Hattiesburg, and Gulfport, Vicksburg, Natchez, all of you guys there, and then back into eastern portions in central Louisiana, so Alexandria, and up there toward Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and even toward New Orleans. We will be seeing some lower end severe weather potential on Sunday. Again, just mainly damaging winds tomorrow and large hail tomorrow and Sunday, but a couple spin-up tornadoes cannot be ruled out, especially with such a rich atmosphere. We have a lot of dew points rising into the 60s and 70s down here right near the Gulf of Mexico. Again, quick transport of the moisture. The Gulf of Mexico is right down in this region, down in here, and it doesn't take much to get that moisture up, advecting northward, so we'll be watching for that on Sunday. All right. And then again, I want to briefly talk about next week. Again, I'll briefly talk about this in my video as well. You see all these winter weather alerts and headlines of winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories, and winter storm watches to the west. Heavy mountain snow here. This is for Saturday and Sunday across these areas. So watch out for some snow Saturday and Sunday. Of course, we got our winter storm up across the Great Lakes Midwest. So if you live in northern Illinois here, so from around Rockford up towards portions of Milwaukee, northern suburbs of Chicago, Traverse City, Michigan, up into those areas, we'll see some 5 to 8 inch totals, maybe some double-digit totals near Milwaukee, about 10 inches there. That's going into Saturday morning time frame. Some of those snowfall rates there could be pushing 2 inches per hour, so some pretty heavy snowfall rates, some wet snow. So if you're shoveling up there, please be safe. Again, it's going to be the wet, slushy snow, so it's not going to be the easy removable snow. So just take it easy. Have breaks if you so choose, because again, it's going to be very tough snow to remove there. Most of it probably on grassy surfaces, but there could be a few inches accumulate on those roadways, especially those untreated roadways that don't have the salt and stuff like that. So let's look here at, whoops, I didn't want to do that. Let's look at the GFS model here going into next week. We're going to look right now here at the mid-level winds. This is the 500 millibar jet stream. This is in the mid-levels, or what we call the mid-level jet. This is going through the weekend here. We're going to go back to 18Z. And you can see going into this is going into Sunday morning. We're going to flatten out the jet stream, okay? So what you see is what you get. You're going to see warmer air to the south, and kind of a jet stream like this. We're going to see warmer air to the south of this jet stream. You're going to see kind of in between, average temperatures in between, and then cooler air to the north. So usually with the zonal flow right off the Pacific, it's warmer flow. So you usually see a lot of these warmer setups to the south, and then cooler air with a deeper snowpack to the north. We still have some snow up in this area here in the upper Midwest. So it's going to take time to get that to melt. We've had a lot of snow up in the Twin Cities and the Dakotas and Wisconsin this year. So again, once that melts, we'll have warmer air farther north this spring. It'll probably take through much of April to get rid of that. And then going into next week, we're going to reload the atmosphere. Again, look for the system right here. This is the system we're going to watch. You can see this big spiraling low pressure system up in this area here. That's going to be dropping down here into California going into that Monday time frame into Tuesday. This will be approaching the West Coast. That's why we have all these winter weather headlines, winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings, including the Portland area. If you live in Portland, you guys could be seeing some significant snow going in towards early next week. And then as we get toward the middle of next week here, again, this is around that Tuesday time frame or so. We're going to start Monday, Tuesday time frame. We're going to see that low pressure system here that'll be crossing in towards portions of California. Still some zonal flow kind of downstream from that across the eastern 2/3 of the country. So not too much of a warm up. Just again, what you see is what you get. And then getting into the middle of next week, it gets a little more interesting. We're going to show you that here. We have a big trough digging in all the way south. Again, Southern California toward the Sacramento Valley there as well. We're going to see a big trough here, like something like that. Again, we're going to be warming up ahead of that trough. So we're going to see temperatures surging back into the 50s and 60s. We're going to have colder air moving south out of Canada here with that trough and the low pressure somewhere down on the base of that trough into central and southern California. And then by the time we get towards the end of next week here on the 30th, 31st time frame, we're going to have a pretty significant system to contend with. Again, more severe weather. We have a big dip in the jet stream, something like this here, more of a neutrally tilted trough or a neutral trough here. We have all the warm air out ahead of that, the colder air moving south. And then look at, guys, we got another system up here toward the Aleutian Islands with another trough that will be diving southward here as we go in towards the first week in April. So again, even after this storm late week, we're going to be keeping our eyes on another system. Again, this is far out, but another system developing up here towards the British Columbia regions, the Aleutian Islands, and Alaska. So the train keeps on rolling, guys. Going to be very active going through early April. All right. Let's see one more time what's going on here down below and towards the radar here. All right, what's going on down here? Something's going on down here. Let me get rid of the outlook for tomorrow. Is there another tornado emergency? What is going on? How long was I gone, guys? Oh, man. We got an observed tornado emergency. This is a confirmed large and destructive tornado located over New Wren or near Amory, moving northeast at 65 miles an hour. So this is really chugging along now. This is pushing off to the north and east. So if you live in Amory, Aberdeen, Smithville, Prairie, New Wren, New Salem, Hatley, Gatman, Sipsey Fork, Becker, Quincy, all those areas, there's it looks like a tornado in progress here. Let me look at the velocity real quick. Yeah, we got a tornado, not as strong as earlier, but we do have a tornado in progress here, moving right over the Hatley and Amory areas here. Some broad rotation. And it has been radar confirmed. This is the same storm that has been producing tornadoes all night tonight. Wow. So this storm has recycled yet again. Again, we'll put this in motion for you to see. Again, it's pushing up toward the Amory region. It was stronger for a time there, but did weaken. It's starting to broaden out again. So hopefully it continues to broaden out. Let's see the correlation coefficient to see if there's any damage or debris ball. Let's see. It's really hard to tell. We might be too close to the radar here. Let me look. We're not too terribly close to the radar. We're using like the Birmingham radar. Right now, not seeing any clear-cut debris from this. I mean, there's a little bit of noise back here towards like Amory and Hatley, but certainly not what we were seeing earlier on. So we have a tornado emergency again for this area. And this tornado emergency goes for another 17 minutes or thereabout until 11:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time for southern Itawamba County and Monroe County here. And look at how fast this is moving now, moving northeast at 70 miles per hour. Like I was saying earlier, that low-level jet's really cranking out here. So what I mean by that is the wind's just about 1,000 to 2,000 feet above our heads. It's really screaming. So these storms are going to be moving very quickly. So you're not going to have a lot of lead time with these tornado warnings the rest of this evening. So you definitely want to be on high alert. We got another tornado warning over here toward Hamilton, Hackleburg, Bear Creek. This is right along Interstate 22 in towards western Alabama. This is also an observed dangerous, damaging tornado on the ground. This is radar confirmed, northern Marion County into northwest Alabama till 11:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So for Hamilton, Hackleburg, Weston, Bear Creek, Tessner, Bird, Bexar, Pig Eye, Scottsville, and Upper Bear Creek Reservoir. If you live in those areas, again, take shelter in a basement, storm shelter, or again, put as many walls between you and the outside world as possible. We got another observed tornado warning, so that means a tornado is in progress. And also a tornado emergency for the Amory region. Yeah, so up here toward Florence, we have a tornado warning. This just expired, so right as I clicked on it, it's expired. So we still have a severe thunderstorm warning, though, for 30 more minutes. Possible tornado tag there. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail. That's moving east at 60 miles an hour. So for Florence, Muscle Shoals, Russellville, Sheffield, Tuscumbia, Rogersville, Killen, Town Creek, Littleville, and Lexington. This is all in far northwest Alabama. We have that severe thunderstorm warning for damaging straight-line winds there. Aye, aye, aye. It's been a very active evening. At least, I mean, the main show has been the supercell that has crossed across Mississippi and now moving into northwest Alabama. The southernmost supercell thunderstorm is really the one that we've been keeping an eye on all evening. and it continues to kind of wreak havoc on us this evening. More tornado emergencies, observed tornado warnings. Again, if you're just joining the stream, consider hitting that subscribe button and also pressing the thumbs up button down below the stream. The more thumbs up we get and the more likes, the more people join here the stream to know about this. We have a tornado emergency here for northeastern Mississippi. Again, this is late evening, so a lot of these people might not know about this, so we need this information out. Again, this is an observed large destructive tornado here located near Amory, moving northeast at 65 miles an hour. So for the Amory and Smithville area, this is a particularly dangerous situation and you need to take cover now. And again, this whole entire yellow box in the middle and eastern Tennessee, that is tornado watch. Conditions are favorable for tornadoes. That also is also across northern and northwest Alabama there for the Huntsville region, Florence, just northwest of Birmingham and Tuscaloosa, and northwest of Gadsden there in northeast Alabama. That is a tornado watch. Conditions are favorable for the development of tornadoes, and long track tornadoes are still possible. So we need to watch this. This tornado watch goes in effect until 3 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. We got a new tornado warning up here in far northern Alabama, just as east of Florence toward the Athens region. This is right along Highway 72, approaching Interstate 65 there into far northern Alabama, right near the Alabama-Tennessee border. Northern Limestone County, eastern Lauderdale County, east central Colbert County, and north central Lawrence County until 11:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. A radar-indicated tornado. So this is not on the ground, but it could be if it strengthens more. So a tornado and half-dollar size hail here. So Florence, Athens, Muscle Shoals, Rogersville, Gillen, Lexington, St. Florian, Underwood, Petersville region, Elkmont, and Anderson. This is all in far northern Alabama, right along the Alabama-Tennessee border till 11:45 Central Time. Let's look at the velocity with this storm real quick. Yeah, there's some rotation. It's there. This could drop a tornado. I mean, this is starting to tighten up a little bit as it pushes toward Rogersville, Anderson, Athens, and Elkmont. So if you live in those areas, take shelter now. This could develop a tornado here at any time. Yeah, the year just started, that's for sure. I know you said it would be active. Yeah, it's going to be active the rest of this spring. Rain Maves. It's going to be active. And we're not even in April or May yet. So, and even sometimes June. Sometimes June can be active, but that's usually farther north into the Midwestern regions. Usually, climatologically speaking. So we're going to look at this and kind of track this rotation a little bit here. It has tightened up. The rotation tightened up like right over Florence. I wouldn't have been surprised. Again, you probably can't see it, and obviously I don't want you to see it, but there could be a funnel cloud that could have dropped a little bit out of that storm right near the Florence or just east of Florence there with that, brief tight couplet there. We're going to look at the velocity on the southernmost storm here. It is broadening out, but it's still there. That's where the tornado would be. It's pushing up toward the Hamilton region, crossing the state line there from Mississippi in toward Alabama. This will be approaching Interstate 22 here rather soon. Again, it's so close to the radar site. Well, I mean, it's not really that close. I mean, the radar site's down here in the Birmingham area, but it is still showing potential of some tornadic rotation reaching the ground here, and I think it's still on the. I mean, I can't really see a debris ball with this, but it definitely still could be a tornado on the ground. Again, I appreciate all your guys' help here this evening with the likes, the new subscribers. Definitely appreciate it. I'll have a video out for you guys in the morning. We're only 34 subscribers away from hitting 25,600. So if you guys are not yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below, guys. I'll be doing a video tomorrow for you guys. So hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, all those 3 buttons. Boom, boom, boom. I appreciate it. Follow me on Twitter, hweather420. You can see it on the screen or down below in the description. Yeah, if it wasn't for these 2 supercells embedded in the kind of a line of storms here in Alabama and Mississippi, it wouldn't really be much of a tornado risk and more of a damaging wind risk. But since we do, we have more tornado potential tonight. Let's look at the velocity again. See if it's weakening or not. The latest scan had it strong west of Amory as it moved up towards Smithville. That's what prompted the tornado emergency. And then as it moved over Smithville, still, broadened out a little bit, but it's in that recycling phase again. So if it starts to strengthen, it will be heading up towards the Hamilton, Hackleburg, and Bear Creek areas. So if you live in Hamilton, Hackleburg, or Bear Creek in towards Alabama, take shelter now, especially if you're traveling on I-22. Get out of the way of the storm. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning for Detroit and Solagent. This is for 70 mile per hour winds. So this is for 70 mile per hour winds. It's moving east at 60 miles an hour. This is for northern Lamar County and west central Alabama. And this is in effect until 11:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time here. Solagent, Detroit, Beavertown, Lamar County Airport, Cruz, Gatman, Henson Springs, and Pine Springs. This is all in west central Alabama. 70 mile per hour wind gusts. So this is really starting to produce a nice straight line wind threat here. You can see kind of a little bit of it trying to bow out a little bit in here. Right in that kind of bend area here, that's where that tornado would be, right in there. Right in this area here. And that would be pushing up toward Hamilton and also in toward the Haleyville region. Bear Creek, those areas. So watch out for that. No doubt April and May will be extremely active. Yes, April and May are definitely going to be active this year. No doubt about it. I've seen past years where it's been, well, we're in neutral now. So we're in ENSO neutral. So these systems are going to be, again, we are in a very active pattern right now. At some point, it's going to stop being active. And eventually, I think it will be toward the middle of April. We'll have a little lull in the action, and I think toward the end of April, trends are your friend. Looking at the big picture, looks like the end of April into May, things will get active again. But that would be the second bout of, or what we call the areas farther north, like the Midwest, the Ohio Valley, and even much more of the Southeast will see more severe weather. It'll be spreading more widespread than it is now. A lot of these events have been across just like the southern central plains and the Arklatex, Arklamis regions, and at times the Tennessee Valley. Well, in April and May, it's going to spread more north and northeast and even farther east than it has, in recent couple of weeks. Yeah, eventually there will be a break, but it probably won't be until the middle of April. At least the second or third week in April. I'm looking for maybe a cooler shot of weather then, but we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, look at that. It's almost like a little mini low pressure system developing in there. Basically, it's got like a little what we call a comma head. You got kind of like a comma head there, and you can see it kind of looks like a comma. That's in that area there. That's where you're seeing the 70-mile-per-hour winds with that rear inflow jet right north of Amory. So if you live in Hamilton and then down here toward Detroit, Sulligent, you guys are going to be seeing some very strong winds, probably maybe even up to hurricane force gusts, up to around 70, 75 miles an hour with the storm as it pushes farther to the east. So that is what we're seeing here. So we're going to keep the radar in loop, kind of check this out. It just shows you the mid-level rotation here with that comma head that I was just talking about here. It looks kind of just like a comma like that, or like a candy cane, upside down candy cane. Very, very interesting look to the radar there with that storm. That has been the storm that's been causing all the rotation, all the tornadoes here pretty much for the most part here this evening and tonight as a whole. So all right, let's look again. Let's look at the velocity here, see if we got a new radar scan. Again, this is, wow. So this is almost like a mesovortex, guys. This is, I mean, there's a large area of spin in this entire area here. Very big spin. You got it kind of going like this. So very big, almost mesovortex here. And sometimes these can drop tornadoes. So if you live up in Hamilton, across I-22, Hackleburg, Bear Creek, Haleyville, you guys need to be taking shelter because this could drop a tornado at any time because these mesovortex type of signatures could really drop tornadoes because they're already rotating in the mid-levels. All it has to do is rotate down to the surface and boom, you got a tornado. Very impressive. Usually you see a mesovortex type of signature when you have strong supercells that are on the, that have been going for such a long time. This supercell has crossed over much of central Alabama and, all the way back here to the west. So it's gone a long ways. This is what we would call a long track supercell. No doubt about it. And it had a long track tornado on it earlier on too. Looking at, again, there's not much in the way of velocity to look at or a correlation coefficient with this. I mean, at times, yeah, it will tighten up a little bit here. Right in that area there. Now be pushing up to the north and east. That's what we're seeing here with that storm. A lot of mid-level rotation. That mesovortex is really, I mean, that looks pretty impressive on radar. I'll say that. Let me go back to the high resolution reflectivity. Yeah, you can see what we almost call like a comma head or the mesovortex kind of with that storm, and then you kind of see it like that. A very strong inflow jet to the backside of the storm. That's going to be producing that 60, 70, potentially even hurricane force winds, 74, 75 mile per hour gusts with this as it races off to the east. So Hamilton, it's moving in now, and then eventually up toward Haleyville there as it crosses. Right now, it's crossing over Interstate 22 there into west central Alabama. All right. Well, the good news is, silver lining is that the tornado emergency is gone again. I think that was like the third tornado emergency or something like that we've seen. We still have a tornado warning to the north toward Athens here. Storm relative, again, this is really weakened. That would be right in this area, just north, along and north of Highway 72. This is kind of moving east, maybe just north of Athens toward I-65 and then north of Huntsville there. We'll just have to keep wait on the storm, see how this works out. Again, you see how strong it was? The rotation back there with the greens and reds and stuff, even the white on the screen coming together there near Florence or just east of Florence, that kind of weakened a lot. So this is starting to weaken. That tornado warning or tornado warning will probably expire or be allowed to be canceled here pretty soon. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning for 70-mile-per-hour wind with a tornado possible tag on it. This is for several counties here, for northwestern Madison County, Limestone County, eastern Lauderdale, southeastern Colbert, northwestern Morgan, northern Lawrence, and southwestern Lincoln counties. These is all in Middle Tennessee, northwest Alabama, all right? Severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 6 miles east of Lexington to Rogersville to near Layton, moving east at 70 miles per hour. So, and this is also producing 70 mile per hour winds and also half dollar size hail. So not only damaging straight line winds, but also severe hail of over an inch in diameter there. So about an inch and a quarter in diameter. So that's about half dollar size. Huntsville, Decatur, Madison, Athens, Fayetteville, Moores Mill, Meridianville, Redstone Arsenal, Hazel Green, and Trinity. All these areas are impacted by the storm. Please take shelter now because, again, damaging straight line winds can do more damage sometimes than tornadoes in a more widespread zone because damaging winds are more widespread than tornadoes are. Alrighty. Looking through some of the storm reports here. Again, thanks for all the new subscribers. 25,576 subscribers now, guys. Definitely appreciate it. All right. Let's look up here toward Nashville. Nasty squall line moved through the Nashville region earlier on. Yeah, look at that, guys. Look at that big squall line up here. A lot of heavy rain, a lot of damaging winds pushing through. That pushed through the Nashville region. We're going to have some more moderate rain pushing through still. The back edge of it's coming through Madisonville and Hopkinsville into Kentucky right now. And then, again, we're going to see that continue to push off to the east. So Clarksville, Dixon, some more moderate to heavy pockets of rain for the next half hour or so. Nashville, you're going to be raining there for the next 45 minutes to an hour. Then that whole line of damaging winds will be pushing farther east. And towards right down Interstate 40 there in eastern Tennessee. So this is approaching Cookeville and also down here toward the McMinnville area. And then eventually toward Crossville here in the next hour or so. 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, guys, is expected there. In Murfreesboro, Smyrna, we've already seen that. If you live in Murfreesboro, you're probably seeing the damaging straight-line winds right now of 70 miles an hour. Wouldn't be surprised if we still saw some hurricane-force wind gusts up to 75 miles an hour with these storms. Definitely a possibility. We will see. Let's see. All right. But yeah, look at that massive squall line as I kind of zoom it out a little bit. Let me take the tornado watch off real quick so you guys can see that. Turn the tornado watch off. Look at that, guys. Pretty nasty squall line here moving through portions of Tennessee and Kentucky, down into northern Alabama there. The southernmost extent of that line is producing some tornadoes at times. We'll watch out for that there in northern Alabama. Just the instability, the energy is a lot higher down in those areas than to the north, but still a lot of wind energy. The low-level jet's cranking from the south-southwest. You got the mid-level jet cranking from the southwest. A little bit of turning of the winds with height. All right, so still got those tornadoes to contend with here. Got a new warning here for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This is for Marion County in northwestern Alabama until midnight. So this is until midnight Central Daylight Time here. Severe thunderstorms located along a line extending from 6 miles southeast to Tremont to Detroit, moving east at 60 miles per hour. So hazard here is 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Hamilton, Haleyville, Gwynn, Hackleburg, Brilliant, Bryn, Weston, Bear Creek, Twin, Tessner, Pierce's Mill, Rankin, Fight Airport, and also the Bird area, Bexar, Pig Eye, Piney Grove, and Pikeville. All these areas up here in the northwestern portions of Alabama. Watch out for 70-mile-per-hour straight line winds. That'll be going over the next 30 to 40 minutes for you until midnight. It's about 41 more minutes for that warning. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm just sorry, guys. I'm just looking through some of the storm reports. My bad. A lot of trees down, a lot of power lines down. I mean, there's a lot of power damage from this storm for sure, especially to Tennessee. All right. Well, guys, I'm going to get ready to head out here. I know there's still tornado warnings, very active severe weather. Hopefully, these storms start to quiet down. If they don't, again, have multiple ways to receive warnings. If you live in northern Alabama, middle and eastern Tennessee, that tornado watch does go in effect there for the Huntsville area, northwest of Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Nashville, over there toward Crossville, Tennessee, the Cumberland Plateau. That goes in effect till 3 o'clock this on Saturday morning. So snow farther to the north. We'll be breaking down all that in my video. We'll have a video for you guys at 9 a.m. Central Daylight Time on Saturday morning. All right, guys? Stay safe out there, everybody. Again, hopefully everybody stays safe across northern Alabama, middle and eastern Tennessee. And I feel for you guys. My prayers go out to you guys there in Mississippi that did have to deal with that violent tornado earlier on this evening. So hopefully a good and quick recovery for you guys down there. And we'll see what happens with the survey teams as they go out to assess the damage across central Mississippi with that going into the day on Saturday and into early next week. All right, guys, please be safe the rest of the night. Thank you so much for joining the live tornado coverage that is ongoing this evening. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask during my video tomorrow in the comment section or anything like that. I can definitely answer you as quick as I possibly can here by tomorrow afternoon. Thank you guys so much. Leave a like down below. Press the thumbs up button. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe down below. Again, I'll do daily weather forecast updates at 9 a.m. every single morning for the most part. Even some educational videos coming up, such as thunderstorm, how it forms, tornado genesis, how that happens, and how a hurricane forms and all that stuff. So a lot of cool stuff coming up here on the channel in the next couple of weeks. All right, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Much appreciated. Thanks to all the new subscribers out there, everybody who supports my channel. A big thanks there to William Spann for the $10 donation. I know he's sleeping, but thank you so much. Is definitely very generous. Much appreciated. All right. Thank you guys for joining. Have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you tomorrow in tomorrow's video. Good night, everybody.